some are having a good time, laughing, very calm and ready to go.
But this is serious business, as we were talking about.
These guys up front are concentrated on getting out fast and getting it going today.
And for the folks at home, we always like to remind you, if you're not a runner, not in this world, it's so much fun to watch. Here we go. We're getting ready. What's a good time? What's the best time?
Any time is the best time.
Oh, come on.
Getting out there and doing this.
Yeah.
But for these elite runners, what are we looking at?
Elite athletes, the professionals are going to be right at an hour for a half marathon, little over. We'll probably have around hour 10 here, given the hills and the course.
All right. And we're off, everyone.
There they go.
And right out of the gate, we've talked about this in the past. If you've never taken part, it's uphill.
Yeah,
There's
right out
no
of the gate,
give
there's
here.
an equalizer for everybody. You're going to run straight into a hill. Par for the course here.
Well, you heard from Randy Boyd a few moments ago. Definitely the hilliest marathon he has taken part in. You feel it right out of the gate.
It's right out of the gate. And then it doesn't stop from there. It's up and down all the way.
You know, with these conditions, you were talking about time. You know, look at the half marathon for the men, 106.33, for the women, 116.18. Could we see that broken today? It's been a while, especially for the men, 2012.
It's been a long time for the men. Amanda Martin had a couple of years ago had the best for the half, but we've had a long time since the men. But anything can happen. That's what's so great about these days, is that anything can happen. You can take off, and these guys up front can think they're going to have the greatest day, and they can fall apart at mile 6, or it may be amazing and everything clicks and all the way to the finish line.
Is there someone you're especially keeping an eye out for today?
Oh, all of them.
Yeah.
All
someone
of them.
who you're kind of watching to see who's done well in the past.
Interesting.
Like Gina.
So Gina will do well, and it's interesting this year, we were talking a little bit before we went on the air, there's a lot of people whose times look like they could do really, really well, but there's not a lot of information on them. So today could literally be anybody's race, and we could see some rising stars coming out of this. Again, because we're seeing the younger folks coming out, people who are right out of college or in college that are running, and this is what they do for fun.
Start of something big, baby.
We may see, these are some faces that we may see cross the finish line first this year and then take that legacy and lead it on.
All right. Well, let's check in with Stan Smith right now. He's out along the course. Stan, what are you seeing?
What is up, everybody? Standing at the corner of Clinch and 16th. That's that hill that you guys were talking about, the very first incline right out of the gate. You can see them off in the distance. We have our runners coming up this hill. We already have a lot of people right around here cheering on the runners, as we can see. A lot of people out here right about now. Right behind this van, I want to step out of frame just so you guys can see what we're dealing with. Our very first runners taking their first left of this race. Very first challenging part of this grueling 26.2 mile race, 13.1 for some of them. This is quite a scene right now. We certainly love to see the hundreds and hundreds of people coming up the road right now. This is just one of the coolest parts of the race, if you ask me. We can really zoom in on what we're looking at right now. Our first several runners coming up this hill. You can hear all the people cheering them on. We're going to speak with some of them a little bit later, some of our friends that we met from last year, the really rowdy fans that you guys love so much too. But this is just something that we are really excited about right now. We can just take in this scene right now. And I know you guys were talking about how challenging that first hill is. This is one of the hilliest marathons too. But this is not stopping any of them right now. And at some point, we're going to talk to some of these runners, hopefully meet up with our banana friends, too, at some point. Don't see them yet, but I promise you they are going to be very excited as well. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Stan, thank you so much. Boy, we are definitely off and running, and we've got a nice crowd downtown too, and that's what's so wonderful about the marathon. Crowds have been lining the streets. Obviously the roads are closed, and we have a great turnout on spectators and runners this year.
And you were talking about that, Christy, that the fact that they go through all these different neighborhoods, there's a competition among the neighborhoods as well, but again, all along the course, it just motivates those runners to keep moving.
It's fun to see, Randy said it in the package with him, is that here, even if they don't know you, people are yelling for you. Everyone is excited. Everyone is trying to make sure that you're going to have a good day, that you're recognized, and it's evident from start to finish on these courses. It's so great, and there's a lot of folks that I talked to yesterday who are going to go to several different locations. So they'll start out on campus, they'll go over and try and get everyone around, say, mile 8 or 9, and then they'll come this way if their kids or friends are finishing the half. Others that are going to go further out on the course to see their friends. So they were making plans. Shannon Smith, who is with the Heart Association, I saw her yesterday. They were strategizing with the map on where they were going to go and how to carpool and get around the town.
I love that.
You got to pick up their coat, their jackets.
Leaders. Yes, you're looking at our leaders right now. We've got Jonah Bird and Curtis Eckstein right now in the lead.
Yeah, and Jonah Bird from Knoxville, by the way. Yes. Eckstein's out of Indiana. Chase Bolton also up there from Kentucky. Now, you're looking here, when we give you these different shots, you're going to see some will have black bibs, others will have white bibs. The white, it means they're running the half marathon. The black means that they are running the full marathon.
And you'll see green as well.
And you'll see green, because they're doing the relays. Yeah, exactly. So when the three that we just mentioned, Bird, Eckstein, and Bolton, they are all running the half right now. That's why they have that white bib. But they're got a good pace. The three, it looks like they're going to be working together here at least for a little bit. We'll see if one can try to break away at some point. It's now they're finally getting a chance after starting the race, going uphill. They now come through campus downhill as they're heading toward Neyland. And you got to love that. After running uphill for a minute, this gives you a little bit of a break, catch your breath, settle down a little bit as you're coming downhill.
Let's talk about some of the other hills.
Sure.
You and I have walked up those hills.
Yeah, we sure have.
Knowlton. That's still on the course. That's like the main
That's the one to know, yes.
Right. Yeah, but it's funny. People talk about Knowlton, but they never tell you about when you turn on to 22nd. Going into Fort Sanders.
That. So 22nd to me is the hardest hill on the half marathon course that there is. That one is the equalizer to me because you're so close to the end.
Right. You're doing the
half.
You're
still so far. Yes, you're doing the half, but you're still so far from the end that you've got to have some power once you get up that one. But it's shocking. People don't realize because it actually starts in Tyson Park, the hill. So when you're coming up and out of Tyson Park, that's uphill, and then you take the left, and that's uphill, and then it continues all the way up that block. People don't think about that one.
There's two hills there on 22nd.
It's
you
slow
see them and you're like,
painful.
Oh, no.
It is slow and painful. And then on the full side of the marathon, coming back to Gay Street, coming up Council Place off Sevier Avenue is my least favorite section of the marathon course.
Really?
Yes.
We'll take your word for it.
Take your word
Absolutely.
Take your word.
I haven't run the full here, but I have run enough of the course to have run all of it. But Council Place at any time, if that is on my route, is my least favorite because it winds a little bit, but it's a slow but steep uphill. So least favorite on the full marathon course.
Hey, you're looking at the leaders right now, and Don Dare is following them as well. Don, let's check in with you.
Well, you know where we are? We're at mile number 1. We're at the Thompson Bowling Food City Center, and they're all coming down the hill. These are the fast men and women coming down the hill, and I love the signs that are here. What do we have here? This says what?
You've come this far, you might as well finish.
You might as well finish. They got a long way.
They got a long way to go,
Who do you have in the race that you're
I
rooting
have
for?
my daughter Natalie and my husband John.
And what are they running, full or the half?
Half.
The half marathon?
Yes.
How fast are they or slow are they?
Well, I'm just hoping that they can do it without walking. We'll see.
And finish.
And finish.
Now,
it's always an accomplishment if you finish.
Everyone here is so creative, and this one is really good. This says, Isaac, you paid to do this 13.1 miles running the half marathon. How much did he pay, do you know?
I don't know quite how much it costs, but I'm sure it'll be worth it.
And you don't want to know, maybe.
Maybe, but if he's willing to pay to do something like this, it's, that he's striving to do. It's a bucket list thing for him, so it's good.
And when do you expect to see him here in the race? Any idea?
It's his first one, so not sure. He's just glad to finish, hoping to get under 2 hours, so.
Under 2 hours?
Yep.
Well, that'd be great. And so here we are at the beginning of the race, mile 1 at the Food City Thompson Bowling Arena, and you can see there's a pacer right there. Yep, there's one of our pacers that we talked with earlier, and they're all running very well. They're standing up straight, their arms are pumping, and they're ready to go for 13.1 miles or 26.2 miles. And back to you.
All right, Don, thank you so much. Yes, good form. Good form those Pacers have. And let's remind you of who the leaders are in the half marathon. I want to make sure you know it's this half marathon. The guys are Curtis Ecclestein from Indiana, Jonah Bird from right here in Knoxville, and Chase Bolton from Kentucky. Those are our top
there you
three
see them right
now.
there running right now. They passed the 2-mile mark. They're heading down Neyland, and if you drive Neyland, you may not realize it, but it is a very slight incline.
There's
it doesn't
an
really start to
incline
go
there,
up until you
too.
get closer to
Yes, you
Kingston.
can
We're going to
tell
say
right
that
there.
a lot today.
We are
There's
going
an
to say that a
incline
lot.
there.
Yeah. It's free right now. They're going by Food City Center, but another good look right now. You see Ainsley's Angels there as well as a part of this. The runners have caught up with them. Hey, we've got a lot more of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. Keep it tuned right here to WATE. We'll be back in just a moment.
Website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
And welcome back to the 2026 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. There are your half marathon leaders right now. Curtis Eckstein, Jonah Bird, and Chase Bolton. Bird out of Knoxville. I want to say, does he coach or help out over at Farragut High School?
I believe he's a coach at Farragut High School.
Okay.
I was able to find pre-race a little bit on the three of these fellows, and they are all accomplished athletes. All could do very well here today. Jonah may have a slight advantage having been from here and knowing the course. The other two don't. So every hill will be a surprise for the other two.
And they may be tagging along behind him there to kind of get an idea. Jonah also from, I guess he ran at Vanderbilt. I'm looking over your shoulder. Somebody
That's
goes,
okay.
and App State as
And App
well.
State.
Talk about a hilly area, Boone. I mean, not more hillier than that. So
True. And you're also looking at the leader for the women in the half marathon. That's Caroline Hauser. Christy, what can you tell us about Caroline?
So Caroline's name is familiar. She's quick. She should do very well here today. Her 5K PR is a 17:58, and she's run half in 1:22.
Wow.
So she could do. I don't know what course that was on, but 1:22 is amazing, and we've seen that here and faster than that. So she looks like she's in great shape. She could very well hit that same mark today.
and another Knoxvillian as well.
Another
So,
Knoxvillian
yeah.
today.
That is definitely an advantage for sure.
Yes. Being able to train here and know the course, we've seen that over the years. We've seen that with Gina. She knows the course. She knows all the nuances. Anytime there's a course change, folks that live here can go out and see those, and they will call Jason a lot of times and say, okay, tell us what's new this year. What do we need to be looking for?
Right.
And he tries to publish any changes well in advance of the race week so that folks can train and know where they're going. So being from here, she'll have seen the course changes going in and know where to go.
And
where are the hills? How many are there?
Yes.
And you saw just a moment ago, when you're looking at it, when you're running down Neyland and you see people coming the opposite direction, you're thinking, oh, my goodness, I am so far behind at this point. But you got to remember, these are some of the favorites to possibly win this thing. But it can be sometimes either motivate you to run a little bit harder, or at the same time going, wait a minute, did I not train well? Because you see everybody going, passing you, because there is a turn there on Neyland.
There is a turn.
Yes.
So the one out, this is an out and back, and we have to do that to get the mileage. So we talked about that a little bit, trying to find the mileage. Sometimes you have to do an out and back. So this is the one on the first half of the course. I believe we were able to cut the one out on the second half of the course over in Island Home. There had been a small one there, but we've been able to cut that out. But yes, here out and back, it's fun because it's at the beginning of the race and you're still going to see a lot of the people that you know, and you can wave and everybody's still fresh, so you're waving and and high-fiving and things. A little further down the road, you're just putting your head down.
Well, I know last night running the 5K, Theo Cook and I were running. He was so far ahead of me, but there was a turn. I thought, well, I'll see him there. No, I didn't even see him there. He was so far in front of me. But
I have experienced the same thing before.
but you ran it, and that's what counts.
We ran. We got through it.
In the heat. It was a great,
We
last
survived.
night was very warm. So
It was a warm night. And it's going to be a warm day today. The conditions are going to be changing temperature-wise. Don Dare's out there on the course. We talked to him earlier. Don, where are you now? And what are you seeing right now as we are fully underway?
Well, Bo, we're at the same place because it's so much fun here. We're at the Food City Thompson Bowling Arena at mile number 1, and you meet the strangest people on these marathon races. And this is Justine and your friend.
Hi,
Who's
Frida.
your friend?
This is Frida.
Frida.
Here, blow.
And what are you doing here?
Cheering on our daughter and her friends.
Where is she? Do you know?
They went by.
Oh, let me see what you're doing. Just give me a.
Frida goes to many races. She cheers on, blows kisses, pumps them up. See, she's pumped up.
Well, let's just see. Give me a demonstration for her.
Okay.
Here she comes.
All right, runners, have a good journey. Oh, go, Sparkles! Woo-hoo! Proud of y'all. Have fun. Yay, you.
And she's getting reaction. They're kissing back, aren't they?
They do. They love it.
Kisses.
Anything to get your mind off of running. It's a long way.
It is a long way, isn't it? Yeah. Have you ever run this race?
Not this one. I heard this one's a beast.
It is a beast.
We're from Texas, so ours is a little
Fortunately, you're
flatter.
coming down the hill right here.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I hear mile 8. We'll be at mile 8 too. I hear that's the brutal one.
All right. Let's see some more kisses, okay?
Okay. Bye, you guys. Have a great day. Woo! Go get it, runners!
You meet the craziest people at the marathon races, Bo and Laura.
Have a good run, everyone! Woohoo! Let's go, you college studs! Everybody, you're awesome! Woo!
And they love it.
Yeah, baby!
Back to you in the studio, and we're
third
throwing
right now.
kisses to you.
We're going to keep an eye on these three. They broke away. They're still out there, but as you mentioned, Curtis starting
is
to
taking
try
the
to pull
lead
away.
there.
Yeah.
Some of the competitors, the first ones, we talked about this a little bit earlier, to take off from the starting line, are wheeling their way right now through the streets of Knoxville.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, as you mentioned, they left first. WT 600 side reporter Naomi Hilmer met one of these athletes who found a new challenge to tackle after a life-changing injury.
I love doing this. It's a fun event. It's challenging. This is a challenging course, but I love it. So
Matthew Porterfield has been a wheelchair racer for nearly 27 years.
a guy that came into my therapy center brought a racing wheelchair basically from his garage, and I got immediately into it. I was into sports when I got hurt, and then so I got immediately into this back in '99, and I have been not stopped since then.
Even after being paralyzed from the chest down, Porterfield has always been an athlete, and now he is competing around the globe.
More or less, I like challenges, and so that's what pushes me to do more here and around the country and around the world. So
This year, he plans to compete in the half marathon. As a Knoxville local, he says it is the camaraderie and seeing people of all ages and abilities compete that got him into racing in the first place.
I do it for others to see that there is more to life than just sitting around and and moping around about your problems that you have. Everybody's got different problems, but just get out there and do stuff. There's stuff out there for you to do, and I like to show people that I have overcome those adversities.
And he says nothing compares to the feeling of crossing that finish line.
Seeing what I've done, that's rewarding, and to have a self-accomplishment is very rewarding, and it pushes you to do more. So I suggest just get out there and do it. Try it. Don't knock it until you try it.
In Knoxville, Naomi Hilmer, 6 on your side.
Such respect for Matthew Porterfield and the others who just put so much into that incredible upper body strength that it takes to pull that off.
Yeah, we were just taking a look at some of the photos that he gave to us. His arms.
Yes.
But they got to tackle these same hills.
They do.
There's no separate course for them.
Nope, it's the same course they do. We go through this. So Al Kay, who's been with Covenant Health for years and been around the race since its inception, will go and scout the course. Again, any changes that are on the course, he is very good to go out and make sure that it is safe for them to participate or that there will be no problems. So sometimes when we had the small out and back in Island Home, because it's such a small area, can they make that without needing, because no one can help them. So you can't come out and turn their wheelchair for them. They have to be able to maneuver that themselves.
Wow. True.
That's good
true.
to know.
Good things to think about. We're hearing Michelle Yates is doing really well in the women. Do you know Michelle?
I do not know Michelle. She's from Rockford, Tennessee. So we're gonna text a friend and find out some more information on her. But she looks amazing. She looks very strong. I realize it's early, but she looks like she is going to have a good day today.
Good pace there.
Well, Curtis Eckstein looks like he's going to have a great day because he's on the right side of your screen there. He's running the half for the men right now, and he is starting to pull away from everybody.
All right, as we watch these folks, we want to check back in along the course with Stan Smith. He, I think, is close to where some of those leaders are. Stan, exactly where are you right now?
You're exactly right, Lori. We've seen a lot of the leaders already run by us, I should say. We're along Neyland Drive right now. We had a lot of people hooting and hollering already. We kind of heard that a little bit earlier, but we might be able to turn around just to kind of fight the sun a little bit, just to show you among yeah, there we go. We got a lot of people already really excited about where we are right now. Flex on them, man. Flex on them. All right, let's see what other people we can get to get really excited for us. Can y'all hoot and holler for us? There we go. There we go. All right, but yeah, this is we're starting to see a lot more runners right now. We're starting to see those pacers that we talked about a little bit earlier. All right, keep waving. Y'all anything to say to the camera?
I love running!
There we go. There we go. That's what we like to see. I don't know if I share her enthusiasm for running that long of a distance, but we're happy that they're the ones getting able to do it. But eventually we're going to run into some more of our friends that we've been able to meet over the last several years here in this race. But when we come back to us, we'll definitely have some more of those runners and some more of those fans too. But for now, I'm going to send it back to you guys.
All right, Stan, thank you so much. Yeah, they're only about 3 miles in, Stan. So ask them that same question at about mile marker 10, and we'll do it again later on in the marathon. See if they even have any air left to go woo.
And if they do, well, they'll say, I need to conserve.
That's right.
That's exactly what they won't be saying anything. They'll give you a little hand wave, and it won't be much.
From your experience, Christy, when do you start leaking oil? When you think, I cannot possibly continue?
So honestly, if you have trained like you should, you should feel pretty good. You should know. Yeah. You find out when you do these over and over, your training and how to get there. So it's a practice. The first one that you do, I think the first one I did, I tried to do my long runs at noon on a Saturday in the middle of summer, and that didn't work out for anybody. And would leave Jason coming to pick me up somewhere in Knoxville because I couldn't make it back to the car. But I learned over time that, I build my mileage slowly, and then as I get into those longer runs, what's the pace going to be when I get to race day? And then knowing when I need to take my nutrition, knowing when I need to drink, and again, just practicing getting there.
Knowing your body, how it responds to different things, what to fuel beforehand, all the things.
Yes.
Yeah, that's key. You don't want to experiment the day of. And the same thing can go with your shoes as well. I mean, you want to give yourself plenty of time to work in these shoes. You don't want to be day of and like I am going to put on a new pair of shoes.
I had lots of people yesterday who were running for the first time a distance race today, and most of them doing the half, and they're all asking, what's your advice? Don't buy shoes here and then wear them tomorrow. That's a terrible idea. Don't buy socks here and wear them tomorrow. Don't put
That's
on
interesting.
everything that you have been wearing to train in
Right.
is what you need to wear on race day.
So even the socks.
You'll see some guys. Oh, absolutely. You'll see
Socks
some
make
guys.
a huge difference.
Yes,
oddly
and
enough.
So the fellows out front, they've got, and the girls, this is stuff that they race in. They're probably not practicing in this or not doing their training runs in it, but they're probably doing some workouts in these outfits so they know what's going to work on race day. But if you are doing this for the first time or the second time, everything, what you've been wearing every weekend should be what you wear on race day. And what
Makes
you've eaten
sense.
every weekend before your training run should be what you eat. You know, I had a young man yesterday say, I'm going to have oatmeal in the morning. I'm like, do you usually eat oatmeal? No. I'm like, okay, then don't do that.
it. Don't do it.
You'll be sick by mile 5.
Yeah.
So it's really, again, it sounds like a long time to build up, but the build up is also finding what you can eat the night before, what you can eat the morning of, things that you can wear that are going to be comfortable for you for these long runs, and then practicing on during the long run what you're going to eat, when you're going to eat it, and how much you're going to take in. And sometimes you can do all of that and it still falls apart on race day. But sometimes when you do it, you know, we went to Charlotte several years ago. I think Jackson was a baby, and it had been the most amazing training cycle I've ever had. I felt great all the way to the finish. I felt strong when I finished. We went out and saw the sights in Charlotte when we were done. I mean, it was a really good day, but I had trained very hard and I had done a lot of things leading up to that race to know that it was going to go well. And then it didn't hurt that the conditions were perfect, a lot like this morning, but it was a really, really good day, and I look back on it very proud of that training cycle because of all the things I did leading up to race day.
Sure, it's so important. And we have a gorgeous day today.
Oh,
That's nice. We're looking at the leaders here, and we see Caroline Hauser right there, but we also have Michelle Yates, and we'll be looking at her as we now enter mile 5.
Yeah, Curtis Eckstein really starting to pull away.
He has pulled away from the pack big time.
Caroline also doing well for the half marathon. She's a little bit behind Curtis right now, but again, for the women for the half marathon, she is really starting to pull away from the rest of the field there. We should note the water stops. We saw her there. She took the water, poured it on her head, and kept running. Others will try to stop and get a drink. It's not as easy as it looks, though. Right?
It's really not. So do you see she's got her own water bottle? She's probably trained that way. That way she can, in between the miles or in between where the water stops are, she can grab a sip when she needs it. I've always laughed. It's always awkward to try and drink while you're running. So we talked a little bit about people who do a run walk. So they may time their walk so that it's at a water stop so they can just walk and grab a sip. Some people will grab the cup and make a little, almost like a spout out of it and try and drink that way. That's never worked for me. And some people really are very talented and can take the cup and take a drink and keep running.
And look graceful.
And
I don't
look
know how they
great.
do it. Let's talk more about that run walk, because a lot of people do that, but it's very specific and planned.
So Jeff Galloway had brought about the idea several years ago of doing the run walk. It's Galloway method. Walk. I think his was 9 minutes and then walk for 1 minute.
Okay.
People adjust it as to what works for them. There are some people who will run for 7 minutes and run a 7-minute mile, and then they'll walk for 1 minute and then go back to their 7-minute mile. So their time overall actually pretty much stays the same as if they're going to run the whole time. They're just giving the body a little bit of a break.
Kind of recharging the battery
Right.
quick. Yeah.
And for some people, that's a mental thing. It's the idea of like, I can do this for 7 minutes or I can do this for 8 minutes, and then I'm going to give myself 2 minutes to recover, and then I'll do it another 8 minutes or whatever they decide their interval is. And it's a great way when you're starting out, even for a 5K, even if you're on the sofa this morning and you've never run a step, it's a great way to start there. You could start, I tell people, from the couch, go and run, go walk like 2 minutes to warm up, 3 minutes to warm up, run a minute.
Yeah.
Walk 3 minutes, run a minute. And then you
Kinda
shift
reverse
that
it,
over
then,
time and reverse it.
Yeah. Oh, that
And
is
Bo,
great.
you did the 5K last night, as we've been talking about, and you have done a half before.
I have. I've done this one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've been there. You did the walk run for some of them, but you ran the whole thing yesterday.
Ran the whole thing yesterday, yes. And kudos to the University of Tennessee guys and gals who line the course. You run through their neighborhood, right? And they are just they are all
They're
out
having a
there.
good time.
They are they got the music playing. They cheer you on.
It makes such a difference,
You can't
doesn't it?
stop when you're running in front of the
Right.
students at UT, right? Because they will let you know.
That's
And,
the great thing
they do
about
a
the
great
crowds.
job.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to stop in front of the crowds. People are screaming for you. That doesn't want to be where you take your walk break.
Don't bail.
And that's something that Curtis Eckstein, who you see running here, who's out in the front, he will see shortly. We talked about Knowlton. You brought Knowlton up. And it is a huge hill.
It's a huge hill,
but there are so many people that line that area, you can't stop running up. And obviously you can't stop either when you're wearing a banana costume, as we see from some of those folks.
You have to run the whole thing.
They're so fun.
If you're in costume, you have to run start to finish. There's no walking.
Absolutely. I don't know how they do that either.
The bananas are multiplying.
Yes, they are. And the costumes look a little more breathable than they have in years past.
They do look a little more breathable, and there are certainly more bananas this year than what we have seen in the past. I like it. I think that they said last year they were going to keep adding to their collection, and they were inviting others to join them. So anyone who's watching or watching the replay on this later, we can connect you with the bananas, and you could be one next year.
Yeah, that's even bigger team.
That's a definite bunch of bananas.
Yes, it is a bunch
of
bananas.
No bruising either so far.
No bruises, and it's appealing to watch them.
Very good, very good.
Are we through with the puns?
On that note, we're going to go to Stan Smith. Stan got to know this crew recently and covered them last year as well. But Stan, the bananas are heading your way.
Oh, sounds good. I'm really looking forward to meeting them again. They have a lot more bananas this year than they did last year. Now, maybe they got more puns for us. Maybe they got more bananas to throw or to eat over alongside. But we're going to play a little game I like to call How Are We Feeling Right Now? So the runners, I guess they've got a couple miles under their belts right now. You mentioned a little bit earlier, Bo.
That's my man.
Okay. So we mentioned a little bit earlier, like ask them how they're feeling after mile 10. But starting off with some of these guys. How are we feeling right now?
Awesome.
Awesome. All right, feeling awesome. How are we feeling? Incredible.
Let's go Vols!
Go Vols.
We've already gone.
There we go. All right.
Another day in paradise. Let's go!
We should just have a live mic right here the entire race, just to get everybody's reactions. Any words? There we go. Just woos and let's goes. But we're going to get to. Oh, okay. I see the bananas. They're on the horizon.
Them dogs!
All right. You're a little bit outnumbered there, ma'am. We're kind of just meeting all kinds of characters right now, but we will be seeing with these. We're going to be getting with these bananas very shortly. They're just a couple, maybe about 100 yards away from us. But we'll send it back to you right now. But we'll be back with them very quickly.
Next time. Guys, Rocky Top, what's going on?
Still don't know how they run in those banana costumes.
I don't either.
They're not just running either, though. I see some calisthenics happening on the screen. They are having a good time.
They're having a big time, and they're just a really colorful part of this race. So, having said that, let's take a closer look at what this group is all about. As we mentioned, Stan had a chance to hang out with them.
We're really out here to bring some joy, and be honest, we're feeling good. We're feeling good.
For most of the year, this bunch of 8 former Tennessee students are split across the country, but these friends come together for the race weekend.
We have a group chat that we just continue to send banana puns and memes in all leading up to the race, just to get us in the mood and get us in the headspace of it.
Joey McPherson, one of the founding Bananas, says they came up with this idea on a whim leading up to the race a couple years ago, and they plan on making this a yearly tradition as long as they can.
When you look at the bananas at the grocery store, you never want to take the solo one. You always take the group. So that's kind of our motto, is we stick together during the race.
And with real bananas in each hand, they just want everyone else to have a great race Sunday.
There's people that go in that might be stressing a lot about this race, might have a lot of anxiety. And if you have a pack of bananas that roll up right next to you, hopefully that just clears all the anxiety and just hopefully encourages other people around us and pushes them to keep going.
So whether you're in full banana garb or just look like one,
this lady said they're going bananas. Hey, you're wearing a yellow shirt. You could probably join them.
Anyone can join their bundle.
We're together, and I think that's the most special part. And just, again, that camaraderie in the community is truly special.
But be prepared. The grind of the race could leave you bruised.
It's been a tough one. We're going to be banana bread after this. But
Stan Smith, 6 on your side.
All right, so now you get to know a little bit more about the crew that's running in the banana outfits. You get to know them a little bit better. Hopefully that crew will continue to grow. Let's go back to Stan. Stan's right there alongside them. Stan.
We need more puns, Stan.
That's right. All right. Hey, guys, I got a question for y'all. Yeah. How we peeling? Yeah! All right, now who's the one with the bum ankle? How are you feeling right now?
Hey! We got about 6
last pieces of tape. I'm ready to roll, peg leg style. Let's go.
All right, so now we were just talking about you guys. You guys have more bananas. Who are the new ones this year? All right.
FTV. Yeah, we got a few new bananas. But 29 years, we'll have 1,000 bananas. Last year was 30 years, so 1,000. Just got 29 more years, so we're just collecting them as we go. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. So I don't know if y'all remember this, but that lady up there, she's beating y'all, by the way. Mind you guys, she's beating you. She's the one that joined you guys last year. So you have to make sure that she joins you again at some point. But all right, so now last year, we talked about how many bananas y'all have eaten over the course of the race. How many have y'all gotten so far?
Yeah, I'm at like 13.
13? Okay.
We're only 2 acres. I had 2. You got more than these? I don't eat these. There's like a deeper meaning going on here.
Hey, can I grab one? Yeah. Oh, appreciate it. I'll have to save this over the course of the rest of the race. That's for me. All right, honorary banana. Sorry, I couldn't get a banana suit this year. I was advised against it, but maybe that'll be something I might do next year.
Hey, Stan, I got a question for you, man.
Yeah, what's up?
Who's the man?
All right, there you have it, man. I feel honored right now. Now I have to have the banana suit next year, guys. I don't know about you guys, but all right. Here's my word to you guys. I'll run up alongside of y'all next year in a banana costume, right? That's only. All right. Sounds good. All right, thank y'all so much. I would have sent it back to you guys.
All right, Stan.
You heard that Stan's going to run next year
you
with
have
him.
witnesses.
Everyone
don
heard
that costume.
Stan is going to be a banana next year.
He's going to be a banana. I'm
And
looking forward to that.
from the fun bunch to now someone who's also fun, but a true professional. We're so excited to have Kara Goucher with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm excited
Thanks
to
for
be here.
coming by.
How was it starting up there? Yeah, I saw you last night at the 5K. You were up there today with the larger crowd, with the half and the full. Just your impressions.
A lot of excitement. Knoxville has an amazing running community. I've gotten to see it over the last couple of days, and so much excitement on that start line for everyone, all the work they've done, and now they get to show it off.
I got to say this real quick.
Yeah.
Last night, I think they asked you, what's your time or your best time in the 5K? I think you said 14 minutes, something along that line. I was down there in one of the corrals, right? Everybody went, what did she just say? Yeah. How fast was that?
How is that possible?
Yeah, how are we gonna do that? I'll only be like, maybe if I'm lucky, halfway through at that point.
Right.
Well, that was a lifetime ago. I'm going to be honest with you. That was back in my career when I made a couple Olympic teams, but now I just get to hang out and enjoy all the running of everybody else.
It's always been a pleasure that we were able to see her run in 2 of the Olympic trials
Yes.
that she was in years ago. And then we have seen her at a handful of things over the years. So it's fun. I was showing her yesterday a picture from Atlanta in 2020 where it was Jackson and I went to a run that she hosted, and she was gracious enough to take a picture with us. And he was little at the time, and so it's fun to have her come back and be here in our hometown hanging out with us this weekend.
And it's so cool to see. Well, yeah, not only are you an inspiration to others, but you've morphed into a great career. Commentating, podcasting, all kinds of things that you can do now to not only cover the sport but inspire other young runners.
Thank you so much. I just love the sport so much. I know what it can do. It changed my life in such a profound way. So I just love it. I want to be involved in it, even if it's just sitting on the sidelines and chatting about it. Although I did get guilted into running the 5K last night. But it's just such a powerful
photo.
sport.
I've got a good photo of you coming through.
I'm excited to
way.
see it. Yeah, but it's just it's such an amazing sport, and it just brings people together like you have here in Knoxville. So super happy to be a part of it.
What were your thoughts running out there? I mean, it was just a 5K, but your thoughts on the course here, Knoxville, as far as a half marathon, 5K, and full marathon?
It's definitely a challenging course, which I kind of like. It's not, just a run-of-the-mill marathon. There are some hills out there, but even in the 5K, it was very supported by the community and people out there. So I'm sure today with the half and the full, it'll be even more supported. And yeah, it was a good course, and the streets were in great shape. As someone who used to worry about potholes and stuff,
yes,
the streets were in great shape. So you've got a great thing going here.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We're proud of it.
Yeah, the UT students were always good out there.
Handing out beers.
I know. Yeah,
it's a big weekend here. We had the orange and white game, and there was some volleyball happening. There was a wedding party that went by while we were up on the stanchions last night. There was a wedding party that walked by underneath. There's a lot going on. So a lot of folks that were available to cheer for our 5Kers last night.
Do you remember the first time you ran a marathon or even a half marathon? The nerves and
so many nerves. Yeah. You're asking yourself to do something hard, right? So the first time I ran a half, I was super nervous. Probably the first time I ran a marathon, I was even more nervous because I hadn't actually covered 26.2 miles before. But it's a life-changing event. You finish it and you realize you're stronger than you ever thought you could be.
Love that. That's
great feeling.
Very true. And it's, we were talking earlier, they were asking what's a good time. And I said any time, because if you're going to make the commitment to get out there, whatever time it is that you cross the finish line, kudos to you.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And what kind of advice? I mean, and that is something, like I said, I was kind of joking. We were like, she said, what, 14 minutes? But that's where you are now, right? But there's so many people that are just now starting this and thinking, I could, but, you know, like you said, it's just finishing, getting that time and getting out there. What kind of advice do you give people to kind of take that first step, I guess?
Everybody's journey is different. You don't have to start by running a marathon, right? You start slow and you get into it, and it's slow. Like there was kids running the mile yesterday. That's how I started, just by running a mile, and it was so hard. It was so hard. But then little by little, you get stronger and stronger. So be on your own journey, be on your own path. Don't compare yourself to others, but also embrace the community. This is an amazing running community. So let people in, let them support you, and you never know how far you can take it.
And I want to ask you, because right now we're watching the leader here for the men's half marathon, Curtis Ecclestein. He's approaching Knowlton, and that is the crazy mean hill that everybody talks about. Talk about tackling those.
Yeah, so he has quite a big lead right now, and my advice always on those hills is to kind of look up, because it kind of has, so you can see him kind of looking up here. That helps his body and his form to look up and not kind of run down into the hill, but run up it, and just sort of lift your knees and know that everything that goes up must come down. Yes. So you just got to sort of suffer through it, right? Keep your eyes up, stay focused, and then you get to have some reprieve on the other side.
That is some great advice, because I'm one of those that you're almost like, you find yourself looking down at your feet, right? And then you look up and going, oh, no. But I can see how posture-wise, what you're trying to tackle, breathing-wise well, if you're looking up, it can definitely help you.
Keep that form straight.
And this one is this hill is deceiving, because you're going up, and then it has this little spot where it evens out, and then it's straight back up to the top. But the top of this hill is so much fun. So many people gather. We'll advise for him not to take anything that anyone has to drink up there. It's famous for things that runners shouldn't be drinking while they're running.
They call it the Fireball, just to give you an idea.
I've heard there's whiskey at the top of the hill as well.
So
we can see Matthew Porterfield coming up the hill.
Going up the steep
go
part of that
Matthew
hill.
Porterfield, go Curtis, look at that.
And that's what we talked about. He's covering the same exact route that the runners are covering. So there's the push rim, the hand cyclists.
And the speed bump you got to tackle as well.
And Ainsley's Angels are, pushing those riders up this hill. So everyone is doing the same exact course this morning.
That's the last thing you want to encounter going up a hill, I would have to think, is a speed bump. It's just one more thing that you either, you've got to, you don't want to trip on it at the same token, but you know why it's there, but it's just one more hazard. You mentioned potholes, but this is the opposite of a pothole.
And look at Curtis, he's made it to Kingston Pike. That's impressive.
I think he smiled there just a moment. He's
I
like,
think
okay,
he may
have a millisecond.
He looks awfully relaxed for someone that just came up that hill. We just saw him split his watch, so he knows what he's doing. He's well on his way back here to the finish line.
All right, as we watch him, we also want to check in with our Don Dare, who is along the course. Don, exactly where are you right now?
Well, we are at mile marker number 3, and I hear what Bo was talking about pacing. This is almost 45 minutes into the race, so they're at a pace of about 14 minutes. And here are some sorority sisters who have been cheering on their sorority sisters.
We have some girls and some guy friends here, so yes.
How did Matt do? Who's Matt?
Matt.
There's Matt.
Matt did great. Yes.
How about Owen?
We have Owen. Owen has done great. We've got Maddox, Spencer, Jillian, and Matt. Our 5 friends, yes.
Why aren't you in the race?
I don't know how to support them. Someone has to support them.
You're here to support them.
Yeah,
so you're ready.
We took that job upon
Pardon
ourselves.
me?
Yeah, we took that job upon ourselves to be the ones to cheer them on.
How noble of you.
I know, right?
And how are they doing?
They're doing really good. They're running a really good pace, and we're excited to see them at the end.
Are they running the half or the full?
Spencer running the half, except for Matt. Matt's running
the full. Yes.
So he's everybody's favorite.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now I noticed that some of the guys that you cheered for didn't have any shirts on.
That's correct. Yes.
Who was that?
We have Owen and Spencer and Matt had no shirts on. So they're doing great though.
Yeah, we got a little hot.
Okay. Well, keep on cheering, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you all very much. And we're at mile marker number 3. And so they're on a good pace, aren't
Yes,
they?
they are.
Yeah, really good pace.
Gloria Bo, back to you with our sorority sisters here at mile marker number 3.
All right, Don, thank you so much. It's always good to see folks. As we've been talking
Yeah.
about cheering you on, it makes such a difference.
Yeah, especially if you're new at this, or it's just like maybe you put a team together.
Yeah.
All different levels you see here, but it's great to see everybody out there supporting one another.
That's the beauty of the marathon, right? You get some elites and you get everybody in between, and it's just amazing. It brings so many people together.
Well, it's amazing to have you
Yeah.
with us today. It's been a pleasure to talk with you and learn a little bit about your insight.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
All right. Safe travels back home.
Thank you.
All right,
Kara,
Kara
thank you.
Goucher, everyone, honored to have her with us today. And, you know, we saw those friendly folks.
Yeah.
Who were cheering people on at mile marker 3. We've got others, you know, at mile marker 8. That's about where we are in the race right now. But 6 on Your Side reporter Ella Wales is going to show us now one challenge that is encouraging Greek Life members to lace up their running shoes.
Yeah, take a look.
Runners have been training for Marathon Weekend for months, including members of Chi Omega at the University of Tennessee.
It's just a fun community thing, friendship thing, but also just getting to move and just do good things for your body as well. So we're all super excited for it and just, have been training hard.
Emery Townsend and Helen Webb have both completed the half marathon, their sorority looking to defend its title after winning the first ever Fittest Sorority Challenge in 2025.
Honestly, didn't think that anything would come of it, and then we ended up having a ton of girls do it, and it was great.
Each sorority and fraternity gets 1 point per mile that each member runs. Participants can run the marathon, half marathon, relay, 5K, or serve as a volunteer. For example, a Greek Life member who finishes the marathon gets 26.2 points for their organization.
It's a very fun thing that we all get to do together, and we would love to win it again. We have a lot of girls doing it, and I think we love just getting to be together, have something to bond with through running.
Chi Omega had 22 members run the half marathon in 2025 and dominated the competition, beating out all other sororities and fraternities that competed. But for them, the race is about more than winning.
I think running is also something that can bring a community together and have a social aspect of it, not just athletic.
Reporting in Knoxville, Ella Wales, 6 on Your Side.
All right, Ella, thank you so very much. Not to be biased, my wife was a Chi Omega, so great to see Chi O up there. By the way, awards will be presented to the top 3 sororities and the top 3 fraternities following race day.
We're at mile 9 now. This is on the Greenway behind West High School.
Yeah.
You know that area well.
We know that area very well. We run that almost every day.
And this is a chance to kind of catch your breath a little bit.
It really is. This is a lovely stretch of Greenway. Everything is in bloom right now in East Tennessee. We all know that. And this is a great spot. It's a little quieter because it's harder to get to, but it's flatter. It's a little more flat than it is the rest of the course, and it's just a great place to be able to think about the next few miles because he's almost there. We will see him shortly.
Yeah.
He is pulled away in such a big way. Curtis Ecclestein, as we watch him and marvel at what he's doing, we still see this is
Caroline
Hauser. And she's doing really well too at Knowlton. So as we watch those, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Training website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
And welcome back, everyone. The 22nd Knoxville Marathon. Coveted Health. Boy, 22 years.
22 years.
20 years that you guys have been involved.
22 years.
22, but 20 as leaders.
So we ran the first year. Jason ran the marathon. I ran the 5K. And we had such a great time and loved everything about it so much that we volunteered the next year.
Yeah.
And then the next year, Jason was hired as director. And so this is year 20 for Jason. And I can't say that year 20 was any easier than the first year we did this.
There's always a different challenge.
There's always a different challenge.
Something, that is for sure.
But he does a great job. And coming up during our coverage, we'll give you a little insight into these past 20 years. It's kind of really fun to look back at the kids as they have grown, and you've really embraced that and gotten your boys into running.
And kids that we saw years ago that were doing the kids run that are now, in their 20s in college, and that we have watched grow up over the time. It's just wild to think that this has gone on for this long.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, we want to take a moment and check back in with Stan Smith out there along the course. Last time he was chatting with some bananas. Stan, have you found any more fruit, possibly? Grapes, you name it. How are things looking? All right, I tell you what, we're going to check back in with Stan here in a little bit. But you saw some of the signs.
Got hold of his mic. That's what happened.
That's right. But you saw some of those signs those kids had, which was
I
fantastic.
know. Knowlton is a really steep hill. No kidding.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that's what's coming up for a lot of the people you're looking at right now, running through Sequoia Hills. Pretty much when you come off Kingston Pike, it's downhill to the river. There's a few smaller hills in there to kind of, I guess, prep you for Knowlton, but it is a downhill shot. And, as far as our leader is concerned right now, he's just enjoying the Greenway.
So the 16, yes. Really, he's pulled very far away. We haven't seen second place in quite some time, and he looks so good. He looks very strong. His form still looks great, and he looks like he's having a good time coming down the hill that he's coming down right now. So,
and he's approaching mile marker 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's got that 5K left, and for him, he won't do this 5K, but his 5K time that I found on Strava was 12:59.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. So I doubt that we see that in this, from his mile 10 to his mile 13.1.
Right.
But that just tells you how fast that he is in racing. His best half marathon time is a 1:02:24. He's impressive. He's got some legs on him. He looks really, really good.
Yeah, a 1:02:24. That would set a new record.
Here, absolutely.
Obviously, yes. For Knoxville. The Knoxville record, by the way, is 1:06:33 for the men. But we were talking about that earlier. That was set in 2012.
Yes.
It goes to show how difficult this course can be, misleading a little bit. You think you've got it, and then those hills come up and get you. What we mentioned when you get into Fort Sanders, you're not thinking about that, and all of a sudden, boom, it's almost right there at the end, and you got to tackle these two big hills.
And when you have a former Olympian, Kara Goucher, talking about, Knoxville's known for being really tough.
Yes.
Okay.
That says something.
That does say something.
Oh, you know that two people will choose a race. Some folks will see money. So if you're an elite athlete, this is a great way to come see a new course and earn some prize money. We like to travel, and we like to pick races where it's going to be somewhere that we want to travel. So we were talking before we went on air this morning that we're looking at doing the Kiowa Marathon and Half Marathon in December, and it's always a great event that's done on Kiowa Island. It gives us a few days away. So we like that because it gives us a few days away. And we also know it's going to be a flat course. We know that ahead of time. Years ago, we were in a training cycle and went to Asheville, North Carolina, knowing full well that going there, we were training, I believe, for Nashville. So we went to Asheville, and it was literally straight up and straight down for 13.1 miles. But it was great training going into another area where we knew that there would be hills on the course.
Still see Caroline Hauser.
Yeah, doing well once again.
Pulled away from everyone, and she's looking great. She is the same. We talked about that a few minutes ago. Her best is a 1:22:17. Her 5K time is a 17:58. She looks strong.
Yes, she does.
You mentioned the money. Marathon, $1,500 for first place,
Yes.
$1,000 for second, $500 for third. Half marathon, $500, and then the hand cycles, the push rim, $300, $200, and $100. So,
Yes.
As you mentioned, there is some cash on the line for some of these racers. They're also trying to, get that time. They want to get into the Boston Marathon. There's a lot at stake, as you mentioned, Lori.
And that'll be for next year.
Right,
That
for
marathon.
this,
And then there are 12 streakers, as they're known,
The
that have
streakers.
run the full marathon every year.
Every single year. We did lose one last year, but the rest are still going strong. I think we've done stories with Becky Tenner, some interviews with her over the years. Larry Brady, who has done Ironman competitions over the years. He helps us keep track of all of our streakers. And we enjoy seeing them come back year after year. Just love that they come here and they can still participate.
It is amazing that they come back and tackle this course, as you mentioned, year after year. 12 of them out there this year on the course. I want to mention something else that I don't know if this is new this year. Marble City Challenge and the Knox Hills Challenge. You have people, and our own Amber Lynn is taking part in this. Ran a 5K last night and running a marathon today.
Yes, absolutely.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So it's based there. Other races do this, and it gives people the opportunity to push themselves a little harder, do a little more over the weekend, do the 5K on Saturday,
Lori's
something else
shaking
on
her head
Sunday.
over
Lori's
here.
shaking her head.
with
The
you,
one
Lori.
that is very famous or well known amongst runners is Disney, because they have the Goofy Challenge, and I believe that one is 4 races. Wow. So it's the opportunity to do a 5K, a 10K, a half, and a marathon.
That's incredible. And that's a tough one.
It is
to
tough.
get into.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yes.
a wait list, and then you have to qualify, don't you, for that one?
You
For
don't
the
have
marathon?
to qualify, but for Disney, I don't think there's a qualifying time. But
Okay.
it is a very popular event, so
Yeah.
there usually is a wait list for that one. We see Curtis; he's moving into Tyson Park.
Right.
He's getting
So
ready.
he is
as
close to Fort Sanders.
He's close
Yeah.
to Fort Sanders, so he's great time this morning.
Booking
looks
right
great.
along.
I mean, there's nobody behind him.
No, there's not. And when we saw that on Knowlton, there was no, other than Matthew Porterfield, we couldn't see any other athletes behind him coming up Knowlton. So he's got a fairly sizable lead. Again, looks great. Glad he could come here this morning. He's going to have a great time. We talked a little bit about the prize money. I mean, whatever he runs, that's not bad to go home with $500.
Not bad at all.
Yeah,
Not
Batesville,
bad at all.
Indiana. I'm not familiar with that part of
I'm
Indiana.
not,
I don't know if
if
there's
it-
a lot of hills or not. I have no idea, but he's tackling them with relative ease.
And we have one of the medals that they'll be taking home as well.
Yeah, these are
They're
pres-
beautiful.
What goes into each year when you guys sit down and say, okay, what do we want to do this year? You're
Try not to
laughing
do
at
what we
me,
did the
right?
year
Okay,
before.
don't repeat it. Okay.
Well, there's that.
Because we have so many people, hometown folks, who are going to do this every year because it's in their backyard. We
Right.
want to make sure that their medal is something that's unique year over year. So Jason does a great job, and the whole team, the volunteers, have some input in this as well. But you look around at other races, what's popular, what are they doing, what can we do, and again, like the one that we have right now is a spinner.
Yes. Yeah, a spinning sun sphere. I don't know if you guys in the control booth can come out to us so we can show this medal, but it's nice and heavy.
Yes.
Almost like a
There you
Mr.
go.
T kind of thing going on here.
Yes.
There's the spin.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, there's the sun sphere. Sorry.
And for this year, the way that one is set up is that everyone has the actual same medal piece. So the 5K finishers have a different ribbon.
Right.
The relay will have a different ribbon, half will have a different ribbon, and then this is the marathon. So I had a lady last night at the hotel, and she was like, I think you gave me the wrong medal. It says marathon, and she kept showing me
Right.
this, and I'm like, ma'am, the name is Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon.
Right.
And so because it's the name, I said, your ribbons will be different. But she did the 5K last
That's
night,
cool.
and she was doing the marathon this morning. So she
Wow.
was very concerned that we had given her the wrong medal when she finished last night.
Let me ask you this. We were talking about the different races of people running maybe a 5K and then a marathon. We haven't really talked about the relay much.
We haven't, but it's...
But will some of these people who run the first leg of the relay
Yes.
go ahead and just run the half or the full?
Yes, there are a lot of
Okay.
folks who will do that. That you get a team together, and you run the first leg, and then you carry on to the next
Yeah.
leg and carry
Wow.
on. Well, it's a great way if you're running one of the distance races to be able to have someone to run with
Sure.
the
Oh, that's
entire
true.
time.
That's true.
If you're all the same pace,
Yeah, for sure.
you're picking somebody up with fresh legs. There's fresh conversation, fresh legs. gets you through that next section of
Maybe
the
your
race.
strongest runner if you're doing that as your first leg
Yeah.
because they're going to run the whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And those of you watching at home, the folks doing the relay have the green bibs. So
Yeah.
just take a look at those. All right, we're going to send things back to Stan. Stan, where are you right now?
Hey guys, I'm right back here at Cherokee and Kingston. We just actually, I want to talk to these two right here. You just saw your mom, didn't you? What did you say when she ran by?
I love her. She's cute and she's really good at work at school.
That's awesome. Yeah, this happened literally just seconds ago, I might add you, right before y'all tossed out to me. What's your mama's name?
Bree.
She did a great job. And how much training did it go into this as just leading up into this race?
She's been working on it for a couple of months. So, yeah.
That's awesome. It was great to meet up with you guys. Keep cheering them on. Are you guys just going to stick around?
Yeah, we're going to follow around and catch up with her on down the road, aren't we?
All right. I think that we're in contention of having the cutest cheerleader right now over the course of the race. But we've seen a lot of people running by here. Maybe we can play our game one more time of how are we feeling right now. Let's see what we can get right now. How are we feeling right now? That's not really how you're feeling. That's more of just an exclamation. That's not really words to say, but we'll take it because, we are at this far in the race. You're probably just thinking about getting through the race as best way as you can. This girl's excited right here. You have a message for the people? What? Do you have a message for the people?
Jesus is the way.
All right. We love to see this. This is a great, just everybody just running this way. They're going to get a great view. That's what I was trying to say. Great view as they go into the Sequoia Hills neighborhood. And this is just, everybody's having a great time so far. The Banana people have already ran by us. They're bringing the vibes up. They're here too. But yeah, we're just going to keep on trying to find as many runners as we can that'll talk. And maybe next time we'll hear some more messages from the crowd. But I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Stan. Stan is a great cheerleader out there.
He is doing a great job.
It'll be even better
finding
next
the
year.
best cheerleaders.
Yeah,
Yes.
better next year in the banana
staple.
costume.
Yes.
Taking a look at Curtis Eckstein again. That is our leader for the half marathon, and he's in the Fort Sanders area. He has tackled the two hills we were talking about earlier. This is just not some errant van that has pulled in behind him. This is you're saying this is kind of the pace car,
van,
the
yes.
pace van. So
don't worry.
That's how he knows he's getting close to the end.
So they can't drive. Obviously, he's been on the Greenway, so they can't drive along with him on the Greenway. So they've caught up to him now. But he's looking at the watch.
Yeah.
He knows where he is. He knows how far he's got to go, and he's not far from us.
Looking good. Curtis Eckstein out of Batesville, Indiana. All right, as we watch him, let's send things over to Don Dare.
Yes, here we are at Knowlton Drive, and this is probably the hardest part of the race. And that's Sarah. That's Sarah. Sarah's our chief cheerleader here at Knowlton Hill Drive.
Happy to be here.
Have you run this race before?
Only once.
Only
the full
once?
marathon, yes.
How'd you
I
do?
prefer to cheer.
Why is that?
Because it's more fun. Because I have energy to give the people,
You
okay?
certainly-
Hopkins hype. Look me up. Yeah.
This is the fourth year that we've seen you here at this hill.
I know. Every year I make it on TV. I don't know how or why, but here I am.
And you have some friends with you today?
I do. Look at this. This is my cheer squad. Cheer squad. All around. Cheer squad.
Do you have any particular runner that you're cheering for, or just all of them?
All of them, but particularly my boyfriend Jay Traver.
How's he doing?
Oh, he's good. He just passed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the guy you were cheering
Yes!
for. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, let's go, Red Shorts. Woo!
Knowlton Drive, the toughest part of the race. Unfortunately, they have Sarah here to cheer them on. And her friends. And this is what it's all about. A lot of fun, even though this hill is not a lot of fun. But Sarah's here with everyone else.
We're here to cheer, baby. Woo! Okay, Big Beard. Woo!
If you haven't caught the fever, you're not living. And this is living right now. Great fun at Knowlton Hill. Back to you, Lori and Bo.
Oh, we remember Sarah very well.
Yeah,
How
we do.
could you forget?
You can't forget Sarah.
No.
She does a great job, though.
She
does
does.
a great job. She has been
like
around
she said, go ahead.
I would say she's been around the community for a long time, and she does a great job, and we love seeing her on that course.
She will pop up all over the course.
Okay, look at Curtis Eckstein. He is in the final mile for the half marathon, and he is on his own. This will be no surprise.
No.
And we're an hour 4 into race time. So whatever, I mean, he very realistically could run this in about an hour 10, hour 12, depending on where. My sense of direction's off a little bit looking at where he is, but he's in the fort. He's headed our way. He's going to have a great time today. And again, he's all by it, and that's very hard to run all by yourself like that.
Yes.
You don't have anyone to push you. You don't have anyone to pace with or anyone to work with. He is literally doing this on his own today.
And a little bit about him. He is from Batesville, Indiana, as we said. He is a cross-country coach. He graduated from Purdue University with a degree in mechanical engineering, and he accepted a job with Rolls-Royce.
Wow.
In Indianapolis.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, he is on his way. He is cruising right now, that is for sure. And, you mentioned 110, possibly. He's on pace for something like that. Look at the last several years, 112, 113, a couple of 111s there going back to 2022. So he's right on pace to where we've seen really our last 4 winners in this half marathon race.
Yeah, he just looks so good. I love watching these guys work like this because, again, he's by himself. So that says a lot about your mental state and how he's feeling, because it's hard to push yourself when there's no one around. It's just him literally against himself and the clock today. And so we're looking at Tim Rutherford. He was here yesterday when I got here. He was volunteering all day. He ran the 5K last night, and he's back out there this morning. He's amazing. Such a great guy. Just absolutely love him. He is big on selfies. So the first thing he did was come running out and do our selfie, and then he went running back to his volunteer spot.
You can tell he's waving at the camera.
That's right.
Let's go.
They are excited.
A great spirit in this race, that's for sure. Here's Caroline Hauser.
Caroline Hauser also
and she's all alone.
By herself.
So she is on the Greenway right now, making her way closer and closer here to Tyson Park. And we're going to head back and take a look as there is Mr. Eckstein coming toward World's Fair Park.
Oh, he is so close to the finish
turns.
line. Right there at the Foundry, mile 13.
So what's great about our vantage point this morning is that we're going to be able to see those motorcyclists come around the turn here just ahead of him, and then see him come right past us heading into the finish line. So what a great morning of running. Great run by him. Again, all by himself. This is a great, you were talking about what, I think Kara said, what goes up must come down. So this is a great downhill for him, being able to finish strong.
Yeah, he's getting right now. He just crossed Clinch
There he goes.
curving, and he'll be coming through the viaduct here. A lot of people watching on the big screen here. They're going to see him getting ready to come in just shortly here.
I can hear
We're
motorcycles.
going to be able to
Yes.
see him.
There's
Here
that
he
KPD
comes.
officer.
He makes it look so easy.
He really does.
The key here is that it is all downhill.
It is downhill.
You're tired. You've been pushing yourself, so
It's
keep
hard
your
on the
balance. It
quadriceps
is
to
hard.
come
Here he comes,
at a very
guys.
steep downhill
Woo,
like
look at
this.
him go.
He is getting ready to run
He
by us
looks
right now.
so good, running right by us, heading
Crowd is
into that chute.
cheering
There he
and applauding.
There he
goes.
goes. Check his watch again. See where he is.
There he is.
Really pushing it here down the stretch.
Looking so good.
I have goosebumps. That is amazing to watch.
108, is that what I'm seeing?
Looks like somewhere right around
108.14.
108.14.
That is fantastic.
Oh, I'm good. It's hot.
So really one of the faster finishes that we've had for the men in the half marathon. You'd have to go back. I think there was a 109, which was back in 2019.
Is this the fastest?
Fastest 106.
106.
106 was
maybe
the
about 2
fastest
minutes
in 2012.
off the record, but still a great pace.
But great. I mean, this fastest since 2019.
Yep.
And then before that we had a couple of 106s. So he looks good. I mean, he's smiling, looks good.
And Tirsa's with him right now. Tirsa Smith, take it away.
And listen, he came off of that course so smooth, ready to talk. Curtis, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so real quick, all the commentary was how easy you made it look. You kind of give us your method and training, and why did it look so smooth for you?
Training,
I do double thresholds on Tuesdays and then race specific on Friday, and then Sunday long run, alternating between like race pace and some tempo threshold. So if you do that training pattern, it works pretty well.
Yeah, just like that. Very, very easy, Curtis. Thank you. How are you feeling in this moment, man?
Really good. It felt nice. It felt smooth. I'm getting ready for another race coming up, so I didn't go kill myself all the way because I need to keep training. But yeah, it went how I wanted it to, so I was happy with it. It's really nice course. Beautiful day.
Were the hills a problem?
I managed them all right. I mean, yeah, they slow you down, but you just kind of maintain effort a little bit. Just keep running and maintain effort going up it, and then just get back on pace once you get to the top and go over it, and it's fine. So I don't know. I don't do the charge the hill mentality. I think that wears you out and makes it worse later on. So conserve energy and then just get back.
I know you're probably struggling to breathe. Go ahead and catch your breath. Get your medal. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow. Again, he did make it sound like it was just as easy as that. Just do those 2 to 3 things and you're good to go. But yeah, awesome finish for him. He's going to get his medal, and then we'll wait for the rest of the runners to make their way. I don't see anybody in sight, but they're coming eventually. I'll send things back over.
All right, Tirsa, thank you. Okay, so he said, I've got another race to do.
Right.
So I didn't really want to push myself that hard.
Love it.
Yeah, I think
Love
Jonah
it.
Berg is coming in at number 2. As you take a look there at Caroline Hauser, who's leading for the women, but the number 2 finisher for the men just crossing the line. So they are starting to come in. But
and she's heading into Tyson Park, so she's not that far away either.
I still can't get over how he was still trying to catch his breath a little bit, but still to be able to do an
He could
interview
speak.
after. You're right.
Oh, very well. He had a lot to say.
Gasping for
And
air.
stand.
You're right. Yeah, that is true. That is true. What a double threshold?
Yes, what is that?
What is that?
So I think what he's referring to is a paced threshold. So you pick, it's like a tempo run, and you decide, okay, I'm going to run this pace for this amount of time. And so to me, what he was saying is, if I'm understanding his training jargon, is that he's doing basically a tempo run 2 times.
Okay.
So
Okay, gotcha.
might do a double, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, but you're trying to hit that pace. You're practicing. You're teaching your body to hit the pace is what you're doing.
And real quick, when he said, I didn't want to hard charge the hills.
Yes, I love that. And he's, because some people do, that's their mentality, like go really hard on the hill because you're going to get a downhill or a flat. I'm in the same mindset. I'm not going any faster or any harder up the hill. I'm just trying to maintain what I've got going on and, slow it. To me, just the steady pace of getting up the hill.
All right. Stay with us, everyone. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. East Tennessee. See it on 6 News. Welcome back to our coverage, the 22nd Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon right here on WATE 6. We're glad you're with us today. Beautiful day at World's Fair Park where the finish line is right behind us.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous today. Crowd starting to file in here at the park. We've already got our men's winner in the half marathon. We're waiting for the women's winner. Caroline Hauser has been leading the way really from the get-go, and we're expecting her to be coming into World's Fair Park here shortly. But there's a good look at the finish line right now.
Yeah, exciting times, and boy, that was so great to see Curtis come running through, barely out of breath. I'm still not over that.
I'm still getting over, and you pointed it out, Lori, the fact that he wasn't trying to kill himself because he's got another race coming up.
Yeah.
So the question would have been, how far is he doing how far is his cool down?
Oh.
You know, that's a good point.
Because he's not done. That wasn't it. He's
Yeah.
going to go. He'll go and run more. So it depending on what the next race is and what the distance of that race is, his cool down could be anywhere from 2 to 3 miles or longer, depending.
Interesting.
There is, a lot of folks will use, especially elite athletes, will use races as a tune-up. But, again, we talked a lot about, like, practicing. It's teaching your body to run at that pace. So it could be that he, depending on what he's running next, he might be out for another 5 or 6. We just don't know. But it would be interesting to ask him if we see him in a little bit, or if Jason sees him, how far he's going to do his cool down.
And this is a good one to do that, to get ready for something else. I mean, this will really push you. More men's half finishers coming on through the finish line, being cheered on as they make their way. And great times for these guys, too.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. We're still only an hour 16 into the race. So these are great times. These times could have won in years past, looking at our totals. These two guys worked together. That looks, I love that. They gave a little high five to one another.
I like that, too. Yeah, they were in, whether or not they know each other or not, they were in it together and pacing one another. Like you said, it's a little bit easier if you got somebody to run with.
It's easier if you've got somebody, because there's someone, there's someone in it with you. You're pushing each other. You're able to pace off each other. Depending on conditions, a lot of times you can draft off each other, or somebody could be out in front breaking the wind, and you work together in that capacity.
So,
all right.
Eric Kagan was one of those two that just crossed from Huntsville.
Caroline Hauser coming on through. We'll see her shortly.
Yeah,
and she has just really separated herself from the pack as well early on.
And we saw her going into Sequoia Hill. She had the lead on Neeland, and then by Sequoia Hill she had pulled pretty far away from everyone else, and we're looking behind her. Back a block behind her, we're seeing a couple of runners.
Right.
I noted while we were on commercial, I laughed because she passed a fellow in Tyson Park, and he looked very surprised when she went past him.
Yeah, I mean, she really hasn't lost a step. She's pretty much kept up the same pace, it seems like, as we have some more of the men's half marathon. You may hear some people cheering behind us, some of the more of the men's half marathoners coming in. But, Caroline Hauser, she is close. She's almost here to World's Fair Park. I think she's got one more turn, and then she'll start to see the sun sphere. And that will give her that extra added something, knowing that she's almost to the finish line.
We have more folks making their way to the finish line. You're going to hear the crowds cheer even louder. This is a great time to be out here. I'm so glad we're out in the mix this year.
Yeah,
it's so fun, and it's fun to see. You said they're starting to show up. They have their signs. They're coming in. They're getting ready to get settled. There's lots of people who brought their lawn chairs and are hanging out behind us over my right shoulder. They're watching the video board. They've got chairs, and I love it, because even if you're not participating, you're still participating.
Right.
You're coming out to see and hang out. I mean, it's such a great morning every year. We laughed at last year. The weather was so temperamental. We weren't sure we were going to have the race, but even at the end of the day, even when it's raining or the weather's bad, they're still gathering and hanging out. And just love it.
The community really gets behind this. And we haven't even alluded to the volunteers yet. So many people that come out. You have a lot of people out here watching, but just people that come out to, whether it's to make sure you turn the right way, do the water stations, get checked in.
So important. I mean, 1,300 volunteers, 140 course monitors. The water stops, I've always found, this is so cool, there are 16 total, and there's a wait list every year because they're so popular to be that area that gets to host a water stop.
Oh, people love it. And they'll start calling tomorrow. Can we do a water stop next year? How do we get on the water stop list? They just love, and it's really fun because you're in the thick of things. You're out there, you get to hang out, you're part of it, and it's just fun.
And a question there, because you have so many people asking to be a part of it, but is there a rule? You can only, like I said, you have 16. So you space them out. I would have to think. You just can't say, yeah, we'll add another one. Because you have water stops every,
Well, and so there's a lot of logistics and planning that go into the water stops as well. So one of the things that people don't know is at 3:30 this morning or whatever time they started, we sent 2 big U-Haul trucks, 2 big box trucks out onto the course to carry all the supplies. So when you think about 16 water stops across 26 miles, that's a box truck full of tables, cups, coolers, extra water, and all the things that have to go along with it. So there's an entire team that before any of us get to the site have already gone out and set up all those water stops across Knoxville. So adding another just adds to logistics. At some point you have to say, okay, we're going to do them every 2 miles or whatever that looks like, because you also have to consider the logistics that go into it.
Good point.
And Caroline, we mentioned this earlier, she's one of few that I see carrying her water bottle.
She did, yes. A lot of times folks who are, in elite races, so things like Boston, you'll see that they have elite tables where they bring their waters and they're on a table and already set out for them. But a lot of times, at least in training, I will always carry the water bottle in my hand like she's doing. Again, that allows me just to take a sip whenever I need it. If we're going to a race, depending on where the water stops are going to be or what the temperature is going to be, that's how I determine whether or not I carry water with me while we're running.
So this is our marathon leader. If I'm seeing his bib right, is that 1008?
1008.
All right, so that's Zach Ostrander. He is leading right now from Sparta, Tennessee.
All right.
19 years old. And he's looking great as well. He's got a ways to go, but looking good, looking strong. Checking his watch, seeing where he is as well.
Grabbing the water.
Grabbed some water there at the water stop. I love it. He did a great job, Bo. We'll have to go back and watch that.
That was graceful.
It was very graceful.
Thank you.
It was very graceful. He did. Well, we talked about drinking the water.
It was.
We can replay that.
You indicated you had an issue with that.
Yes, I did last night.
I'm just saying, if you would like to go back and rewatch and see how graceful he was.
I was writing something down. I'll have to go back and see the next water stop he had. Yeah, you spill it all over yourself. Okay, let's just
he
say
was
what it was.
Didn't spill a drop, and then hit the wastebasket or hit the trash can.
Mine found my shirt.
I mean, good for him too. He didn't throw it on the ground.
Litter.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's okay to throw it on the ground.
Right.
The volunteer. That's one of the things volunteers do commit to doing is sweeping those up and putting them in the trash can. But how polite that he put that in the trash can himself. So kudos.
We'll make sure Tirsa asks him about that in the post-race if he continues the pace he's on and picks up the win.
Well, thank him for his nice manners.
Taking care, keeping Knoxville clean. So again, Caroline Hauser from Knoxville. Always nice to have a Knoxvillian out front.
Now, in the half marathon, do you fuel up during the race? Do you have the little packets and things? What is typical?
Well, so again, depending on how fast you run, that will dictate. So usually rule of thumb is over 45 minutes to an hour is when you need to start fueling, if depending on what distance you're doing. So she may or may not have taken any sort of shop locks or goo. If say the last half marathon I ran was 2 hours and 30 minutes, something like that. So I started about 40 minutes in, and I eat what's called a shot block. It's like it almost is like a gummy, and I eat those about every 45 minutes. And so again, we talked about practicing, figuring out what works best for you. Some people like goo, and it's literally what that sounds like. It's like a squeeze packet, almost like an applesauce packet that the kids eat. But a lot of people find that very easy to eat and to, you're not trying to chew and do other things. So
it is spelled GU, right?
GU,
and
yes.
there are 4,000 goo packets
and
that are being handed out.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
So
and
you
people
have a
love them.
goose stop.
And there's different flavors. You know, that you can get everything from chocolate to vanilla to strawberry to there's some wild flavors out there. There's some coffee flavors. There's some that are caffeinated, some that are not caffeinated. So a lot of people doing a marathon like a little bit of caffeine while they're running, and so they'll take the goo that has the caffeine in it.
Give a little bit of something there.
Watching
So
Caroline.
there we go. She's coming in.
Just past the art museum, coming on through here.
Yeah, she'll be coming underneath again the bridge here and coming right into our section here of World's Fair Park momentarily.
Get ready for the crowds.
I would say it's great because there's a huge crowd that's starting to gather right here along the chute. They'll be seeing her. We can hear the motorcycle coming in.
What can you tell us about Caroline?
I don't personally know her. Again, we are 124, so this is a little bit off her best half marathon, but again, she's in by herself, so it's a great time on a hard course.
There she
is. She looks very good coming into the finish right now.
Picking up the pace here a little bit,
she's passing
too.
us. Yes, she is sprinting. Looking great. Very strong. At no point does she look like she has struggled. At least when we've been watching her, she looks
There's a
fantastic.
smile.
She's smiling.
All right.
And happy.
You're finished.
So
Great
right around
job.
125.
Yeah. Again, it's so hard by yourself when there's no one, and she's not even with any male runners. So she's basically been running by herself every time we've seen her on camera. It's
ready when you all are.
Mentally hard to do that.
All right, let's send things over to Tirsa. She's with Caroline, our women's winner for the half marathon.
That's right. And boy, she's trying to catch her breath right now. Congratulations, Caroline. How are you feeling in this moment?
Happy, tired.
Okay, we couldn't tell that. While you were running, you had great energy, great momentum, and you clearly sprinted through that finish line. Tell us, what does this all mean to you? You put a lot of training into this run.
So I grew up in Knoxville, and my husband and I moved to Maryland for a few years and just moved back. So it's really good to be back at home and running the hometown race. So.
Congratulations. I know you want to go catch your breath and get your medal. Thank you so much for talking to us. Congratulations. Yeah, she looked great coming across the finish line there. She had a little pep in her step. And I think all of that, just that adrenaline starts to come down the minute you take those extra few steps down the way. But congratulations to her. Bo and Lori.
Oh, Tirsa, thank you. So, hometown girl, moved away for a little bit, now back, and we're happy to see that she won for the women's half marathon. Caroline Hauser.
Yeah, and you can tell watching a lot of these other finishers right now, when you see that line, when you come into World's Fair Park, it's like a little extra energy. You're tired, but you're thinking, man, okay, I'm there. I got it. I'm done. Get a
Well,
little
we
bit
laughed
kicked.
earlier. You don't want to walk in front of the people. It would be okay to walk in front of people,
That's
but when you get here and you can hear the noise when you're coming down in front of the Knoxville Museum of Art, you can start to hear things here, knowing that there's folks waiting on you, knowing you're almost to the finish line. You get that extra excitement.
That last bit of energy. And here's the men's leader in the marathon itself, the full marathon. Number 1008, this is Zach Ostrander from Sparta, Tennessee, 19 years old.
Yeah, he's heading into North Knoxville right now. Let's check in with Stan Smith. He's been making his way around the course. Stan, where are you?
That's right, guys. I'm at one of the Greenways right now. I'm standing next to my new friend Andy here, who has ran this race before. Can you tell us a little bit about your running history in the Knoxville Marathon?
Yeah, so I ran the half in 2009 and the marathon in 2010. I got second in both. So both times that Kenyon decided to show up and beat me in the race, and then I ran the half in 2012 as well. I think I was fourth place then. So
hey, Amanda! So good deal. And then when you're at this point, in the race, what's going through your mind right now?
Chaos right now. Everything we're doing right now is if you know the course well, you're prepping for the hills going into the fort. So trying to recover from Knowlton on this stretch, and then making sure we know that there's a quite a bit sizable hill coming up. So that's what I've told all the people that I help with their training plan and stuff. Is like take it easy down the Greenway because there's a pretty tough stretch around mile 12 coming up. So.
And going into talking about helping other people.
Let's go, Stephen Elliott!
Talking about helping the other runners. You come from a running family. Your wife is also a part of this. What is she doing here today?
So she's helping pace. There's a visually impaired runner named Jeremy Sexton. So Katie, my wife's running the first half with him. And then they're going to hand him off to a couple other friends that'll run the back half with him. So it's been great. She was second in the marathon a few years ago as well. So that's all we do is get second place in the marathon. So,
hey, you know what? That's incredible that you guys are able to, get to this point in the race anyway and can continue to help people. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
thank you very much. And as we're seeing all these runners go by, Bill, we've seen a large group going through here, cheering. Everybody's getting cheered on. We got a lot of signs up and down the road here. Hopefully, some of these signs are TV appropriate, but a lot of them are just kind of just cheering on their family members, some of their friends as well. We've seen Amber Lynn come by here a little bit earlier, but this has been very. Yeah, you're on the news right now. Yes. We love those organic moments here, Bo and Lori. But this has been a lot of fun standing over here. But we're going to keep continuing to follow the runners all up and down the rest of the race here. But I'm going to toss it back to you guys now.
All right, Stan. Thank you so much. And he has an exciting point of view.
Right.
So do we, because more runners are coming in, crossing that finish line.
Yeah, it's great to see. And again, we've been talking about they get that little extra kick coming in. You heard about just a moment ago in that interview that Stan was talking about. So we go back to our marathon leader, again, Zach Ostrander out of Sparta, Tennessee, which is 19-year-old?
19
years old. So, but he mentioned visually impaired runners.
Jeremy Sexton.
Yeah. Jeremy Sexton. Local, he's a great guy, and he has a handful of people that will run alongside him, and then sometimes I love it because he'll put out on Facebook or somewhere that he needs a guide for a specific race, and people will volunteer and help him.
Fantastic.
So again, allows him to participate and gives someone else a chance to give back and still participate as well.
See the headphones, the headgear there. Some people run with they got music or they're listening to a book.
Some don't.
Some opt not to.
Some don't. Jason does not. I have never understood how he can run as far as he does, as long as he does.
I don't get it.
No music, nothing. I always, as a female, I run with. I'll put one earbud in. I don't. You do too. But some people love the music. That's how they get through, or they're listening to a podcast.
I like it because I can't hear myself breathe or gasp for air.
That's part of it too.
Hey, you're looking at Michelle Yates, the women's leader for the full marathon.
So Andy Baxa, who we just saw on air with Stan, I had been texting with him earlier. She has an ultra marathoner, and she has qualified previously for the Olympic trials. So that gives her the opportunity to go. So where Kara participated in the Olympic trials, she's alongside that kind of talent. And she's looking very strong as well.
43. So we've got a 19-year-old out front for the men, a 43-year-old out front for the ladies.
You've got to love that.
Yeah.
Well, and his times, at least on Strava, go up to 30K. He's 116 for his half, for his best, is what Strava tells me right now.
And this is familiar territory to those of us at Channel 6.
Right.
He is very close to coming into our beautiful Greystone studios. We're so excited to be another stop along the way, or, just part of the race, if you will. And we've made it fun.
Yeah, we definitely have for the runners coming through. Matter of fact, our own Elena Verdine is out front of our station awaiting our leader here. Elena, how are things over there at Greystone?
Hey guys, thank you so much. It has been going fantastic here so far. We've just been waiting for that leader to make their way through Greystone here. Take a look. Here's one of our officers making the way through the WATE parking lot. We've seen a few of them coming through so far. So this station, you might be wondering, we are right around mile marker 15. So anyone who makes it here has already made it halfway through. We are waiting and watching. Forgive me as I look and just wait to see it. Take a look. Here we go. First to come through the Greystone parking lot. There is a lot of excitement. This music you're hearing is coming from the Zach Saltz Band cheering on our leader as he makes his way through basically the northmost point on this marathon route. And he looked like he was in great shape. Didn't flinch, didn't turn his head. I mean, it doesn't even look like these people are that out of breath, which is all the more impressive. But as I was just saying, we've got the Zach Saltz Band here at our North Broadway studio, and we are just loving listening to them. So actually, the guys were telling me earlier, they were up in Bristol last night playing throughout the night. They estimated about 2 hours of sleep, but you wouldn't even be able to tell it. There are great vibes, great energy happening here at this water station, mile marker 15, and we are just so excited to welcome all of these amazing runners through. Again, we have water for them. We're going to be cheering them on. And we even have some signs, but I'll save those. We'll talk more about the signs a little bit later. But until then, waiting for more of these runners to make their way through. We've got the water for them to fuel them along this journey. And from here, they head back down south. Take a look. Look at all these wonderful crews watching and waiting. So that's how things are shaping up here at Greystone. We're so excited to welcome more of these runners. Energy's high and we can't wait to cheer them on. But for now, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Elena, thank you. Yeah, you can't spell water without W-A-T-E.
That's right.
We like to say that.
That is right. Just looking at Michelle Yates. She'll be over near Elena and our Greystone facility here in just a little bit. She's making her way along there, Magnolia, I believe. She'll be cutting back underneath the interstate and heading up into the 4th and Gill area here shortly. So she'll be up there near Elena pretty soon. We'll keep an eye on her and her progress. I want to give you another look there at the finish line. Still got some half marathoners coming in right now. And again, congratulations to everyone who has been taking part.
Yes.
What an accomplishment.
Incredible, and the crowds continue to grow here. The energy here is just fantastic. You can feel the excitement in the air. This is something Knoxville looks forward to every year. It really has become a staple event in our city, and we have people visiting from all over to take part in this.
And what's great about it, we talk about the community and building friendships and everyone being part of this. We've got more folks heading into WATE parking lot there. Looking good. You know, we start the training runs in November. So we get started before Thanksgiving. And then usually everyone does like the Thanksgiving race. And then we keep going. You know, we take a couple weeks off at Christmas. People keep running. But we offer the ability for folks to come and run every weekend, a long run, with a group, with supplies after you know, when they're done racing or running and training. And this is where friendships are born. So some of my best friends over the years I've met through these training runs, week after week, where you get to know them while they're running over the mileage. It's just great for everybody.
Yeah,
and you'll see, you know, the first couple are probably 50 to 75 people, but by the time we get to the early January, there have been runs where there's 150 people that come to the training run and go out and run together. It looks almost like a race leaving whatever location we're at. You know, I've had over the years officers be like, do you have a permit for that? Well, we didn't realize 150 people were coming.
Wow.
But they get together and, you know, again, it's a great time. You can almost always find somebody your pace. One of the runs a few weeks ago, a mother came over to Jason and was like, do you divide folks by pace? And he said, not really, but, you know, what do you need? She said, well, my son is here, and he goes to school in Chattanooga, but he's looking to do an 8-minute mile. So he sent him out with Jackson.
Oh, that's great.
So they ran like 15 miles together or whatever it was.
I love it. Hey, as we're watching Michelle Yates, she's the women's leader for the full marathon. We're going to watch her as she closes in, coming in. Looking really good, I might add. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
have some fun. It's time for Living East Tennessee.
And welcome back to the 2026 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. A beautiful day. We're still watching some of our half marathoners reach the finish line. They have achieved their goal. Whether or not they hit the time they wanted, they have completed 13.1 miles.
And going strong across the finish line there. You don't give up now.
No.
Hey, here's some of the leaderboards we want to take a look at if we can really quickly.
Some impressive times today, that is for sure.
For the women's half and the men's. The men's, you see Curtis Eckstein, our clear winner. We talked to him. Jonah Bird of Knoxville coming in at 110. Chase Bolton at 113. And then Eric Kigan and Luke Paulson following at 116.
Yeah, those two are running together. That's why their times are so close. You could tell they were kind of feeding off one another as they were coming in. But, as you mentioned, Jonah Bird from Knoxville, good showing by him coming in second there. See some more of our finishers crossing the line. See the relief on some of their faces, the smiles. Some are just like, yeah.
Checking those watches.
Those watches. Gotta turn the watch off when you get there.
Check that time.
Hey, all right, let's take a moment and check back in with Don Darrell along the race route.
Well, Lori, we're up the hill from where you are. We're at 11th Street and World's Fair Park in Fort Sanders. And if you're running the half marathon, you do not want to be in this lane over here to the right, because you'll have another 13.2 miles to go. You want to be over here on the left, because this is where you'll run into World's Fair Park, which is maybe about a quarter of a mile away, I would say. Stephanie is with me. Stephanie, are there any folks who have any confusion on their faces?
Oh, definitely.
And
we just caught one that was supposed to go left to going right and shouldn't have.
Now, how easy is it for you to spot the white stickers that they have on them?
The white is easy, very easy.
The black is not.
Black is not so easy. But
especially if they have something black on.
Yes.
Now, there's a guy with a white shirt and a white sticker, so yeah.
That makes it easier a little bit sometimes.
And so how many years have you been doing this?
Oh, gosh.
The volunteer?
Probably since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Mm-hmm. If I didn't run, yes.
You've run this race?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The half and the full.
And at this point, for the half guys and girls, what's it like? That last bit.
Oh, it's wonderful. It used to be when we ran into the stadium. Now that was something.
And you're going to turn here and you're going to go downhill.
Right, which is a wonderful finish. After all the hills you've been through.
And the poor folks over here on the right.
They've got a lot longer to go.
A lot longer to go.
A lot flatter, but a lot longer.
At the split we are, Lori and Bo, and there they go off. Running another 13 miles that way, and here we are over here on the left. They're coming into World's Fair Park. Bo and Lori, back to you.
Oh, thank you, Don and Christy. Yeah, we want to talk a little bit more about the fact that sometimes people have veered off on the wrong course. That's why we need those course monitors.
Absolutely, and sometimes they are so focused that they run right past the course monitor and just keep going. We had a fellow a few years ago who was leading the half, and he still won, but he would have had a better time had he been paying attention, but he was so focused on what was in front of him that he missed like 8 volunteers telling him to take the left.
I remember we lost him for a little bit.
There was the one guy that we lost. So we've seen it over the years, different folks who take a little wrong turn.
Let's go back out to Elena. Elena, the women's leader in the marathon, just now passing you.
Hey there, guys. Sorry, I'm having so much fun watching all of these runners start to make their way through Greystone. We'll take a look. Here's the process. So they are running in the front gate through North Broadway, and without even stopping, some of our wonderful volunteers are tossing them some water. Some are taking it, some are not, but it is there, and they are able to just toss it in the trash can and continue on their way. So again, these runners are making their way up North Broadway, cutting through our parking lot, and then making their way through the back neighborhoods here in the historic North Knoxville district, running down streets like Luttrell, like Eleanor. And you may also be wondering about some of the noise you're hearing. Oh, if we take a look right now, we have some of our pacers. Hey, guys. They are smiling, and that's, I think, one of the things that has impressed me most today, the smiles. So that is our 3-hour mark pacer. I know we heard from them before everything took off this morning. No water necessary for them, but it's seriously just so impressive. Again, we are at approximately the 15-mile mark of this race, so people are getting here. Still have 11.2 approximately miles yet to go, but they are looking positive. Their faces are those of those who know they can do it and can achieve it. Look at that, another smile, way to go. Lots of applause as well. We are enjoying the music from this wonderful band we told you about. This is the Zach Saltz band, who had a very late night playing in Bristol last night. They turned around, made it here this morning. These 4 gentlemen have done a fantastic job at really raising the energy for our runners. They have so much energy, again, at this 15-mile mark, the northmost point on this marathon route. So from here, they'll make their way a bit through East Knoxville and around that portion of town before making their way back to you all at World's Fair Park. Look at this, we got a peace sign right here, another smiling runner. Good stuff. And it's interesting, too, to see what equipment people have when they make it to this point. Many carrying their own bottles, some with hats. Just everybody's kind of got their own strategy as they make their way through. We are cheering them on. They are hydrating here. This water station, we've been saying throughout the morning, you can't spell water without WATE. So it's perfect. We've been honored to get them the hydration they need to power them through the rest of this journey. I'd imagine mile marker 15 has to be a tough spot. You've been through so much already. Still over 10 miles to go, but they're past the halfway mark, and that is what is most important. Energy is great. You can feel the camaraderie among these runners, and we'll give you more updates as they keep making their way through. Back to you guys.
All right, Elena, thank you so much. Yeah, WATE is so happy to be one of the spots where folks can run right through and get a little, support, little energy boost there. We're looking now at the women's half leaderboard. Caroline Hauser at 1:25:33. We watched her just take it away.
Yeah, she was sprinting.
She did, and
there.
what we love to see is Kate Robinson in second place, who was a West athlete and currently attends school in Georgia.
Nice.
So very proud of her.
So
she has been training very hard for that. So she's been in and done some runs with Jason. So excited to see that she had a good day today.
And all good times.
All great times.
Robinson, two minutes behind the leader. Stephanie Pesterfield, Eva Grace Spencer, and Elizabeth Sheffy finishing there at 1:34:42.
Yeah. Congratulations to those, and stay with us, everyone. We will be right back with more coverage of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon.
training website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
The women's full marathon, there's been an upset.
Yeah, we got a little bit of some jockeying here for position.
Yes.
Julia Ray is now our new leader. She is out of Knoxville, a 20-year-old. Just a few moments ago, overtook Michelle Yates. Let's take a look at it here as we rewind the clock for you. And there you can see where she catches Yates, and both hugging that turn. And watch her here. She'll make the pass. Kind of checks her watch and then
uphill, no less.
Yeah. And you saw Yates kind of look to her left there.
What is it like when you see someone pass you like that?
In the marathon, where they're at, it still doesn't mean a lot. I mean,
so much to go. Still so many miles.
And you want to
ahead
run your race. Right. So going into this, both of these women know what kind of pace they want to run. We're still early. Julia could take off, and we may not see anyone behind her for miles.
Right.
They could end up going back and forth a little bit.
This could be, yeah, like you said. I mean, each one comes in with their own game plan, right? So for maybe Julia Ray, she's like, all right, maybe just past the halfway point, I'm going to crank it up a little bit. Michelle Yates maybe saying I'm going to conserve a little bit, or maybe it is what you're seeing, and there's nothing else to it, and Julia Yates is just got that extra gear now.
But you got to stay so focused and not let that play with your head.
Yes. So, there's been years where one of the greatest finishes, and very proud of my husband for everything he does, he ran in Chickamauga and then decided, hey, I feel great, I'm feeling in shape, we're going to go to Kiowa, and decided to run the full in Kiowa. And when I saw him on the course, he was in third place. And the people in front of him, Alan Horton was in front of him. I'm like, Alan will take this one, or maybe this guy. And they came around the turn to the finish. They're like, our first marathon finisher is on his way in. And it was Jason. And, but he was like, we went back and forth. He and another guy went back and forth a couple of times. And then ultimately, Altman ended up he was having a great day and finished strong. The thing that we're going to see also here is the temperatures will start to rise as we get a little further into this day. They're going to be in the sun. It's, we're still fairly comfortable, but as the sun comes out, no cloud cover that I can see behind us, that could be a factor here as well.
And what about the age factor? Because that is something to think about, perhaps.
Absolutely.
We've got Michelle, who's 43 years old, Julie, who's 20.
Who's 20. And for Michelle as an ultra runner, so for anyone who doesn't, when I say that term, because in my head I know exactly what it is, other people might be like, we don't know what that means. That's anything over the marathon distance. So that could be 50K, that could be a 50 miler, it could be 51 miles, it could be a 100 miler. So depending on what distances she's doing, her mindset is going to be, I know what my pace should be, I'm going to keep going. 20 years old, feeling some adrenaline, feeling great, it's a good morning. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, between the age, they're both very fit. That's evident. One may have a little more patience than the other, but the past may pay off.
Experience.
And there's some experience to that, where you've done this before and you've gone further than this distance, and again, knowing what your body can and can't do.
Yeah.
Take a look at the men's leader right now. He's been out front for quite a while, Zach Ostrander from Sparta, Tennessee. They're going into an area now. This was part of that course change or alter because we added the Gay Street Bridge back, so we had to add some extra miles in northeast part of the Knoxville city limits.
Yes, and the city's done a great job. You see all the cones, there's volunteers out there, there's officers helping, so keeping him on track, making sure he's going to the right location where he needs to be. And we see, just like we saw earlier, there's no one behind him. We don't see any runners, so he's all out there all by himself. Again, looks strong though, and looking good. So we hope to, you hope for someone who's out there like this that he keeps the lead and he makes it all the way to us.
I mean, for both the half and this full marathon, both men just far and above anyone else.
But great to see, and like you said, he's with him being out there by himself. He's got to keep this.
He's got it. It becomes a mental. Any distance is a mental thing. When you get to the marathon, it's definitely mental, and for him to be by himself is going to be a challenge for the duration until he makes it back to us.
You got to wonder what he's listening to.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ask everybody that.
I know.
Yeah.
I like. Is it because some people really like heavy metal. Some people like rap music. I have seen people who run like this and listen to podcasts.
Okay.
Right. Or listen to a book.
Yeah. Listen
or maybe
to a book.
I always got to have something with a beat,
I
so I
think
can try
music,
to pace myself.
yeah.
Right.
Hey, let's take a moment, everyone, and check back in with Stan Smith. Stan, what are you seeing right now?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm on South Concord Street right now. I made some friends over here who their friend just came by. So kind of tell me a little bit about her training and what was her name? And Lauren. All right. So tell me what was her training like? And and you guys just saw her. What was that meeting like when y'all just saw her run through?
She trained really hard. She would disappear for hours on end, and we did it 2 weeks ago that she was even doing this. But seeing her, she's so hardworking and dedicated to this, and she's running really fast. So
we're so proud. We're so proud of her. She's doing amazing.
Hey, Lauren!
All right. Because we love the creative signs, and some of these have been more funnier than others. But we want to go down the line and kind of talk about what you guys are holding up here.
Well, Harry Styles is now a runner and has run marathons, I guess. So, and she's a Styles fan, so we thought might as well channel your inner Harry.
And all right, she's got red hair.
She's red.
No, this is a heated rivalry.
Hudson Williams. He is her biggest crush right now, and so of course she has to run to him, and he's beautiful. So, give more pictures.
Okay. I'm reading your hat, Jordan. It says, save water, drink tequila. Are you guys going to be buying her margaritas after this?
Oh, absolutely. We already...
Have y'all already started? Yeah. Okay, so this has been a very fun group. They came out to us a little bit earlier. When Lauren came over here, it was just like jubilation over here. But yeah, this has been a very exciting time for them. Y'all want to cheer on any of these other runners, too. Y'all don't have to know any of them. Bringing the energy, that's what we like to see here. We got our banana guy. All right, stroll right now. They're going to be banana bread at the end of this race because I know they're a little bit bruised. Guys, y'all need. What do you mean? I'm not even running. All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right. I appreciate them and I appreciate you guys. Keep cheering them on, but send it back to you guys in the studio.
Be nice to the bananas.
Banana bread, he says.
That's right.
Goodness, it's okay to walk.
Yeah, we were saying that sometimes you got to give your body a quick chance to kind of retool, re-energize. Hey, we have a new leader on the women's side.
This is exciting, everyone. For the full marathon, you're looking at it right now. This is Kathleen Casey Anderson from right here in Maryville, 36 years old.
She had predicted a 3-hour finish. Looking strong.
So we're going to have to watch the women's race closely because right when it looks like someone's pulling away, someone reels you in. We've seen 2 lead changes so far on the back side of this. Once we've gotten past the half marathon split, we've seen some jockeying here and some new leaders. So this could be interesting coming down the stretch.
And it's amazing how quickly they can distance themselves from the other runners.
Well, and that's, I was watching the monitor trying to see if I could see either one of the other ladies behind her, and I don't see either one of them. And, they're in with the male runners, and that's great because you've got somebody again to run with, to pace off of. And a lot of times you'll be running and say, okay, especially if you're competing, I'm going to track that one down and pass him, or I'm going to track that person down and pass them. And so you pick people that you're trying to catch up with or pass.
We were talking a little bit a while. Don was showing us the split, right, at the half marathon and the marathon. And correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like we've had in some of our past broadcasts, someone may get to that. Maybe they're in the marathon and say, I just don't have it today.
Happens all the time.
And they will peel off on the half. Happens all the time.
Yeah. Happens all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's, again, knowing yourself. There's in knowing 13 more miles is a long way to go.
Right.
And if you decide in the middle of that 13 miles that you don't want to finish, depending on where you are, you're going to have to wait for someone to come and get you. So our course where we are showcasing the community, you're going to have to wait for somebody to come get you and bring you back, or for for one of our volunteers to bring you back.
So better off just peel off and just wrap it up. Yeah.
If you think that it's not going to be your day, it's better to peel off and get that half medal and then just be able to relax.
Here's an update on our leader times here. You're looking at Zach Ostrander at 1:46.05 right now.
Yeah, over Blaine Metcalf. Blaine, by the way, out of Powell. Zach out of Sparta, Tennessee. But got about a 2.5 minute lead there over Metcalf. But he's been looking good so far on this one. He is making his way to the James White Parkway, so he'll be heading to South Knoxville here shortly.
Still a ways to go.
Hopefully he can't hear us, because he'll be like, oh, no.
Okay, if he can hear us, you can do it,
you
Zach.
can do it.
We'll give
That's
him
right.
put up that sign that says you're almost done.
That's
yes.
Right. Matter of fact, he's making his way now. He just passed the Coliseum and is making his way now toward the James White Parkway, getting ready, if you will, to merge onto the parkway here in just a few moments and be crossing the river.
And he probably won't take the moment to look back over his right
No.
shoulder. But when you running on James White Parkway provides one of my favorite views of our city.
Oh, yeah.
When you can look out over the river and you can see the skyline.
Gorgeous.
Favorite view. He probably will not enjoy that. He probably won't even look, but if he does, he will see my favorite view of Knoxville from there.
All right, let's check in right now with Don Dare. Don's been making his way all around the course. So, Don, get us up to where you are, and what are you seeing right now?
Well, Bo, right now we're at Old Knoxville High School on North Central, and this is mile marker 16, and I have a special person here with me. I've known him for years, Steve Cottrell. He's the former track coach at Powell High School, and you have a very special person running. Tell me, Steve.
I do. Our oldest son, Eamon, is running the marathon. He's trying to run about 3:25 pacing, and so we'll see how he's doing.
And how is he on pace so far, do you know?
He's a little bit ahead of pace.
That's good.
Yeah, and he's coming by here in about 4 or 5 minutes, so I'm going to run off and see him and say hi. Good to see you, Don.
Good to see
your
you.
family.
You've run some of these marathons before, not this one, but others.
I've started 2 and finished 1, the Huntsville, Alabama Rocket City Marathon. But glad to be here in Knoxville. Our church is right here on the corner, All Souls Church. So good to see you. Thank you.
And what's it like for you when you ran the marathon, especially at mile marker 16 like your son?
Because you're about to crash because you're only halfway through. So, but it's fun.
And what have you told him about this race?
Oh, he knows running better than I do. He's an ultra marathoner, so this is a piece of cake for him.
Good. Thank you, Steve, so much.
Yeah.
Go cheer for him, okay?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Good to see you, Don. Tell Brandon,
Good.
hey.
See you now. Track coach from Powell High School has his son here. It's just great. Look over here, Dave, if you can. I know the sun's in his eyes. Let me get out of the way. And they're running good. They're running good. You only have about, 6, long way to go. 10 more miles to go. And they're running good here. They're going to turn and go into the old city area. Bo and Lori, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much.
But that's great.
Almost
You
done.
hear a lot of
Yes.
yeah, right. You hear a lot of there's parents. You've got spouses, friends out there. They're trying to catch you in different spots to cheer you on. Maybe you got to throw your sweatshirt to them. That used to be my job when my wife used to run. I had to be at mile marker this and then mile marker this a little bit later to try to catch her, because she figured that's where she was going to need me to grab a jacket or what have you. So.
It becomes a logistical situation. We were talking earlier about folks who are planning out on the map, literally marking the map of who was going to go where. One of the moms that I was talking to yesterday had made signs for, I don't know how many kids, but it was several. She was like, we've got, I want to make sure I cover everybody. So she made signs. They were going to go to UT first and to the gardens. And but I'm like, how sweet is that? And so they were at different places on the course and had signs for as many kids as they could think of.
I love it. Hey, you're looking at our leader for the men's full marathon, Zach Ostrander, still hanging in there, going strong. We'll keep watching him and the others. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
And welcome back, everyone, to our coverage of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. Here's where things stand at this moment. We have our leader for the men's full marathon, Zach Ostrander from Sparta, coming in on the south side of the river, looking strong. And we still have, for the women, Kathleen Casey Anderson from Maryville, still in front of Julia Ray, and we haven't seen Michelle Yates in a while.
Right, and it looks like that might be Julia Ray starting to maybe reel her back in.
That is her.
So this will be an interesting battle. We've seen this. We've been watching the three different women here kind of battle it out, trade spots all of a sudden here once we got past the half marathon mark and now into that full marathon, that second half. So we'll see what Kathleen does here, or if Julia Ray just kind of tucks in behind her, or will they maybe work together at some point?
And is there such a thing as working together if you're competing?
They can, yes. Yes. At this stage in the race, it still would be very good idea to work together. And let's say, watching them right now, looks like Julia's got a little more pep in her step than Kathleen does.
And they were going up a hill.
Yeah, kind of climbing there, yep.
For a moment there, and that's when Julia overtook Michelle.
But we saw Kathleen taking her arm sleeves off, too, so that takes a little bit of, momentum.
Right.
Here we go.
Do all the things, but here comes Julia to pass her.
So it's the second time now that Julia Ray will be our leader for the women's marathon. The 20-year-old out of Knoxville.
And what I love, what we tell the younger athletes is don't look back. So when you pass someone, don't look back, just keep going. And that's exactly what she did. Very confident, went right around her. So we'll see how these two ladies keep going as they continue in the race. But right now, Julia does look good. Her shoulders are still relaxed. Her form is good.
Opened up a little bit of a gap there and continues to open it up. But as we've seen, that doesn't mean a whole lot right now, especially on the women's side. It's kind of some mind games and just you got your strategy.
Very big lead.
It's fun to watch.
Hey, by Julia.
We're at mile 21 now. Here is Zach Ostrander, again from Sparta, 19 years old. And you were saying you coach runners not to look back, but they sure look at their watches a lot.
Absolutely. And it becomes a math game. So for people who really like math, it becomes a game of, if I run this pace, if I do this, if I go a little bit faster, I can do this time. Right. If I do this, especially for those who are trying to qualify for Boston, who might be close to what their time needs to be, it is a constant refiguring in your head of, I need to speed up here, I can slow down. We talked a little bit about the walk breaks. You could take a walk break and not lose a lot of time.
Right.
And, so it becomes a lot of math if you're really focused on what time you want to run and calculating faster, slower, stay right where you are.
Now, what gets you to Boston? What and how many? It's not just the winners. It could be a small group.
So it's different for every age group. So Boston is based on what age you are. So your qualifying time is based on so my qualifying time at 49 is going to be much different than somebody who's 20 years old. So they give you a little extra time as you get older, but it's still a very high standard. So I think even when you get into your 40s for women, it's still close to like a 3:30 or a 3:45 at my age.
Wow.
Hey, well, let's check in with Stan Smith right now. He's been out on the course for us, kind of moving around, talking to people who have been on the sidelines watching and cheering. Stan, what do you have for us?
Hey, guys, got Forrest in 22nd right now. So we keep chasing the banana guys. They just ran by us. But another guy that we just ran by just a moment ago that while y'all were talking to each other, there's a guy in a toga, barefoot, running this race. That was quite the sight to see. I really wish we would have been able to see him a little bit earlier. What's up, guys? Y'all are on TV. Y'all are on TV right now. Asheville. Let's go. All right. How are we feeling right now? Y'all are deep into this race. All right. All right, feeling great. But again, this is a very hilly area of the race right now. If y'all are familiar with Forest and 22nd right now, we're getting a lot more runners coming in right now. But as you can see, they're smiling. They're feeling pretty good right now. Maybe they're not thinking a whole lot right now. Maybe they're just thinking of that finish line right now. But we're all feeling good right now. We're seeing a lot of smiles here. Everybody's kind of just keep running along here. Let's see if we can get this crew coming up here, see if they have a word for us. Y'all are on TV. Say what's up.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. Thank you. All right. We're having a lot of fun here. You know, this is quite a pack here that we're seeing here. We're not close to the leaders right now, but these are still ones that are
USA, baby, USA!
You never know what you're going to get whenever you see these runners run.
Baby, go blue!
National champs, yeah. All right, we're going to. We could see 100 more people come by here. They might have a different message for us, but yeah, we're all feeling good right now. Let's see these two more. Y'all are on TV.
Go Falls!
All right, we'll finish with that. Back to you guys.
All right, Stan, thank you. Boy, I tell you what, great job out there. Congrats to those runners on 22nd getting over some of those hills in Fort Sanders. We were just watching the finish line and saw a young man take a stumble and fell.
Right at the finish line.
But then he scooched his way. He was bound and determined
He
to get across
scooted
that
over
finish
the
line.
finish line. Have you ever seen that?
Well, we had a few years ago. Stuart Ellington
Here,
was
watch.
doing a fist bump.
He started to try to pick up his pace a little bit, leaning a little bit too. But watch.
Oh, watch. He keeps going.
And then
Go.
I made it.
Exactly.
Yes.
You got to make it to the
Go
time
back,
mat.
get your
That's
cap.
the official time.
So kudos to him for not just laying there. He got up, whatever he had to do to get across that finish
That's
line.
right.
Hey, I think he had a little bit of a sense of humor about it.
Yeah,
What
I
else are
think
you
so.
going to do
have
at this
right?
point?
Hey, he finished, so it doesn't matter
He
how
was
you do
going.
it.
He was
did.
going for it at the finish.
Yeah, he
was
was.
sprinting in.
I take
and
my hat
stumbled
off
a little
to him.
bit.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something. Zach Ostrander, he's been out there by himself for so long, right? And we talk about he's got nobody to pace off of.
Mm-hmm.
But he's had this TV camera in front of him the entire time in this motorcycle.
That
Can
will
he
do
somehow use that to help him? I mean, obviously it can move a lot faster than he is, but can he use that to help him
Somewhat.
pace
I
a little
mean,
bit?
what he knows, at least in this sense, and he knows he's in first.
Right.
But that reminds him, there's a constant knowledge that he's in first. Also, it's motivating, honestly.
Sure. Yeah.
You know the TV is watching you, so it's very motivating that everyone is watching you run and that you're out in front and you stay there. But yeah, you can. I mean, what we know about the motorcycle folks and the lead vehicles is that they're going to run his pace. They're going to be driving his pace. So he's going to dictate. If he starts to slow down, they're going to slow down with him. That's why he's looking at his watch so much. And again, going back to that math in his head of what he needs to run to get to the time that he wants.
Yeah, because he's out right now in Island Home. So,
yeah, the turnaround point.
Right.
Yes.
At this
and
moment.
this is a great location. It's a great reprieve from the hills.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful through there. Again, he's going to have really another 2 miles of flat section. There's not a lot of terrain change out there, and it will stay flat all the way Island Home Boulevard back to Sevier until he gets to Council Place.
And we were talking about the motorcycle cruise and the camera. I would think that would be incredible incentive. I'm on camera, I better give it my A game. Not that he wouldn't anyway, but it is extra incentive. But these are Media Motos. That's the group, the company that does this. They are so skilled at what they do, obviously. They also do the Boston Marathon.
They do. They do races all over the world. They are very good at what they do, and we are so fortunate to have them here to help us with this event and to help us with the coverage, because they come in early, they ride the course several times, they have a game plan, they know what they're doing, and then they get out there and they execute flawlessly on race day.
Speaking of flawlessly, Julia Ray is still out in front after overtaking our gal from Maryville just a few minutes
Kathleen
ago.
Casey, yeah.
And she still looks strong. We talk about that. You can tell when folks are starting to get that fatigue, things are setting in, little, lactic acid is happening, but she's still very strong. Shoulders are relaxed. Her pace is good. Her gait is good. Form looks great. So right now, she looks like she's going to be fresh through the end. She still has several miles, but right now she looks fantastic.
And something else to keep in mind as you're watching our runners, and when you take a look at the times, for the men, 2:22:15, that is the record set back in 2013. For the women, 2:41:41. You got to go all the way back to the first year, 2005.
Yes.
So that really says
Isn't
something
that
about that first year.
incredible?
Yeah, no one has been able to touch it since.
It's a tough course. We say it over and over again through the broadcast, but it's a tough course. And on a day like today is near perfect conditions. So, but that said, it's still a tough course. And it's, again, back to having to run it by yourself. He's still all alone out there, running it by himself. No one to even talk to.
That's where that music kicks in, right? That's where whatever he's listening to.
That's where that helps to kick in. That helps with your mental state.
I have to find out what it is. We're
That's
going to
gonna have to be our first
Tirsa
question,
ask
yes.
him. Yes. Everyone, stay with us. The excitement continues. We'll be right back.
On ABC and Disney Plus next day on Hulu.
I know my makeup's bad.
And welcome
All right.
back to the
Yes.
Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. A gorgeous day today for this marathon. This is one of your leaders right now. Julia Ray out of Knoxville continues to pull away right now. Second time she's been out in front.
Yes.
But
And
she
that's
is
been
looking good
exciting
right
to
now.
watch. I
Yeah.
mean, just pulls on out on a hill, no less, both times, overtaking her competitors. Mile 23 now, the return leg of the race. Here is Zach Ostrander of Sparta at 19. He is well ahead of others in this race.
Yeah, the last time we checked, he had about a 2.5 minute lead over Blaine Metcalf of Powell. But again, his pace has been fantastic. We've been watching him this entire time and have yet to see anybody behind him, not even, pulling him in. I mean, he has got quite the lead, as we mentioned, anywhere from 2 to 2.5 minutes. And you say, well, that's not a lot of time, but it is when it comes to running.
It is when it comes to running, and especially when you get to the full marathon distance and this far into the race, it would be hard to make that up, especially since we don't see any second place contenders here.
Right. All right, let's take a moment, send things back out to Dawn Dare along the course. Dawn, where are you?
Well, Lori, right now we're in North Knoxville. We're right near Caswell Park. This is 5th Avenue in Winona. You can see that the runners there's a separation between these marathon runners. We have a special couple here because you have a very special person running in the race, Lynn and Jack. Who is she?
Our daughter-in-law, Emily Reed.
And she is from?
Burlington, Vermont.
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 And she's running in the race in Knoxville.
She is.
Tell me about that, Jack. Why is that?
Well, our son went to school here and graduated from Tennessee, so he knows the town. And I guess this came up, and to qualify her for the Boston Marathon, so she wanted to try it out, and she runs a lot.
And Lynn, has she run the Boston Marathon before?
No, she's qualified for it, but I think she's trying again.
And she's a fairly good runner.
She's a very good runner. She, I think she runs at about 3:15, and I don't know what qualifying is, but she runs strong, and she's going to finish proud.
I see that right there. Team Emily, run strong, finish proud. Has she gone by yet?
She did. She went by 5-10 minutes ago.
And she looked?
Great.
Strong and proud?
She looks strong. She's smiling. So she's on the downside of the race now.
And so the two of you want to go to the finish line, I take it?
That's
we
correct.
do.
That's our next stop.
All right. Well, we're not going to hold you up. Go cheer on Emily.
We will.
And we hope that she qualifies for the Boston Marathon.
That would be great.
Yeah, good. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And that's what I heard you talking about earlier, Bo and Lori and Christy, is the Boston Marathon. And we know that it's tough to get into the Boston Marathon. I think it's a lottery. So hopefully Emily will be qualifying for the Boston Marathon. Back to you.
Oh, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Don, thank you so much. That would be so exciting. We need to do a follow-up to see who qualifies.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Hey, real quick, let's go to Elena Verdine. She is just outside our Greystone Studios in the northernmost part of the course. Elena.
Right, Bo, Lori, Christy, thank you guys. We are here at the northernmost point. It is mile 15, and these runners are going so strong. Just in the last about 5 to 10 minutes, we had the wonderful runner carrying the 4-hour pace flag. Let's take a look as some of these runners come up through behind us. We're starting to see them come through in bigger swaths, running right up to our water station. Now, what I've been intrigued by is the different methods that people approach this here water station. You can see some of our wonderful engineers. We've actually had meteorologist Theo Cook. You can see him in the back there picking up some of those cups. And I do have to point out, Theo is still in his dress pants and his button up, and he has taken on this water station like a champ. But so some of these runners, to handle it the traditional way, they pick up a cup, they take the swig as they're running, toss it in the trash can. A lot of them, though, we're seeing them just throw it directly on themselves. We're seeing the water fly. So there is a pretty solid wet pathway there leading from our front parking lot here at Greystone into the back parking lot. So the interesting part about this stage on the route here is these runners are running north for just a bit on Broadway. But when they come up over the hill toward our parking lot, there is a slight decline there. I feel like I'm able to see a lot of, maybe that's prompting some of the smiles we're seeing on this phase after they get to take just a brief break here heading downhill. But again, spirits are so high. We are seeing people just smiling, taking it all in on this beautiful day. If you're just joining us, first time seeing us here at North Broadway, this wonderful music you're hearing here behind us, this is the Zach Saltz Band. They have been here since early this morning, rocking out. 4 gentlemen here handling vocals, musical stylings, all sorts of things. And they've really been playing a whole range of musical selections here. I have to tell you, one of the more recent tunes they played was by Afro Man. They played Colt 45, which was a little bit different than a lot of the more country style music we've been hearing, but they're keeping the energy up. Runners are smiling. People driving by are honking and waving, so we are so happy to be here at mile 15, cheering these runners on as they embark on the back half. They're over halfway once they get to this point, about a little over 11 miles to go, but we're feeling great. Check back in anytime. For now, though, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Elena, thank you so much. And hey, let's get a shot. The Bananas just crossed the finish line.
Right around 225, somewhere like that.
Slipping.
No,
I know.
All the way.
We did see somebody slip earlier. So that's good. That's good. Congratulations to them. We got to let Stan know. That's what he's good. That's going to be his pace next year. He said when he joins them in one of those banana costumes.
Hey, it'll be great. So what I love about the broadcast is that our friends are watching, and they send me some notes. So my friend Joanne Scott has just sent me a note, and for Boston Marathon, exact qualifying time would be 2:55.
2:55. Thank you.
2:55 or better to qualify for Boston. So we thank
Good
Joanne
to
for helping us
know.
out.
Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, appreciate it.
This is a very supportive running community.
It
we
really
love
is.
how unifying it is and how everybody's just in it to win it. And winning is just participating
That's
in my
right.
book. Absolutely.
That's what we love because we're 2:27 into the race, and it's just a steady stream of finishers coming through here that we're watching. I haven't been able to take my eyes off the finish line camera for ages because it's just so much fun, and they just keep coming. And that's what's so great is they just keep coming, and we haven't gotten to the full marathoners yet.
No, but speaking of which, the leader's getting close.
Oh, there he is.
Very
He's coming
close.
up Council Place.
Making his way up the hill. Before you know it, he'll be on the Gay Street Bridge as he's getting ready to come out of South Knoxville.
And let's talk about that for a second. The Gay Street. Oh, yeah, there's Julia Ray.
Right.
She's the leader for the women's marathon. But the Gay Street Bridge is reopened to pedestrians only. It's been closed since 2024. So we want to let you know you'll be seeing people cross the bridge. We can't be on it.
Right.
In
Right.
cars.
Those moto
with our-
crews,
and the
right.
moto crews can't either.
Yeah, think of it kind of like Artemis 2. They had that blackout zone, right?
Yes.
We'll still be able to get shots of them and keep you up to date, but yeah, it'll be a little bit from a distance.
The long lens.
The long
the
lens.
long lens,
We'll
definitely.
keep an eye on them from the other side.
But it's so great to have the bridge you mentioned. It's such an iconic part of the city.
Iconic part of the city. It's so nice that he's come up Council Place, so he should be on the bridge. We'll be watching him from afar. But look at the other folks who are out here just running. Utilizing the bridge on a Sunday morning, not even part of the event. Just love seeing people back out there being able to use it.
So we ought to see Zach here shortly coming across the bridge.
He was coming up on it.
Yeah.
Let's just hang with this for a minute.
It just seems like time is flying watching him because he is so far ahead and continues to dominate the men's field.
And running just so well, and he looks good. And of course, we want to know what he has to say, what he's listening to when he gets finished.
Yeah, I think that's him. We can pick him up here coming across, So about halfway across the bridge.
On the left-hand side, you see up right there, again, Zach Ostrander, 19 years old, from Sparta, Tennessee. And I'm going to send Tirsa a text.
Let her know that he's almost here,
Ask
right?
him what music is he listening to.
That's right. There's Julia Ray, and she has been running well as well. She's on Sevier Avenue right now, so still south of the river. But again, she is making her way closer and closer to that finish line. I don't see any of the people she's been battling with. She was racing against Kathleen Casey Anderson, also Michelle Yates. She overtook both of them, actually passed Yates, and then was passed by Anderson, and then retook Anderson, passed her, and now has not looked back. She's kind of opened up even a larger lead right now. She's one of the fewer hills on the south side there, mostly flat, as you were mentioning, but there's a few little bumps in the road, if you will.
But it seems that she really came in with a plan.
Yes, and we've just seen her taking her goo is what it looked like.
It
so
looked
as
like
she was
it.
rounding that corner,
Fueling
she was
up.
getting fuel, and again having that plan, knowing what she's doing. And we're looking at Zach again.
So from now, he's going to head down toward the river. He'll hit the Greenway.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So again, because we lose some mileage in how we were doing things, and years ago, if you remember, we came down Gay Street to Market Square and did a little circle through there. We like the Greenway. The city likes us finishing on the Greenway, coming up through Second Creek there. So he's going to head back down, hit the Greenway, and then head our way. So again, she's fueling up. She's, she knows she still has miles to go, looking at her time, making sure that she is fueled and ready for these last little bit.
Yeah, and she knows, too, where she is. Again, that's kind of where she's got a plan. Okay, this is where I'm going to kind of get a little extra fuel. There's Ostrander once again running right now. He's making his way, Hill Street, Hill Avenue?
Hill Avenue.
Bridge, and he'll be cutting back down then toward the river once he crosses here. Okay.
There's a reason it's called Hill Avenue. You see it right there.
You know, sometimes when you're driving it, you don't realize it, but then when you see this, yeah.
It's steep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places in town where you don't realize the incline until you are running them or walking them, and they sneak up on you.
You were showing me just a moment ago, Christy, you had noticed the temperature right now. So we're up in the mid-60s now, so obviously it's a lot warmer than it was when we took off here at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so that's going to become a thing. You know, we talked about that. Zach's probably going to finish before it gets much, much harder, but I think it was 65 on your weather app when I looked a few minutes ago. We're starting to get warm. So that's going to be the thing for the folks who are doing, say, the 4-hour marathon, the 5-hour marathon, the 6-hour marathon. They're really going to have to be careful and be in tune with themselves about their hydration and making sure that they're taking care of themselves out there.
It makes a big difference.
There's still, when I look behind us out the tent, there's no clouds.
Yeah.
So when it heats up, it's going to heat up.
Got to watch it. We see Zach Ostrander there running in a little bit of shade right now. That's good. Let's send things over to Don Dare and see what is happening where he is, Don. Oh, let's go to Stan instead.
You know, guys, I keep hearing you guys over the course of the race, Bo and Lori. It's like that verbal meme from the show Arrested Development, Will Arnett's character that says, oh, I've made a big mistake, talking about me running with the Banana Guys next year, heard they finished. That's me right now. Oh, boy, I made a big mistake. But anyway, going back to scheduled programming, we're at Eleanor and Guild right now. These guys just ran through our parking lot over at WATE Studios. Still seeing more and more runners coming by over here. It's kind of trickling down. We're not seeing the big crowd that we've been seeing a little bit earlier, but as far as the people that are over here cheering them on, this woman over here standing next to her dog, she's cheering on her daughter that's has not gone by yet, but she's been kind of cheering on everybody. She can yell at somebody and say, go whomever that is, and I would say, oh, that's maybe her daughter. Not yet, but she'll probably go extra crazy when that lady comes by. But yeah, this is also beautiful weather, I might add. You know, last year I remember we were trying to drive through some rain. Rain's hitting us on the golf cart. You know, we're getting a little bit delirious towards the end of that race of a rain-soaked marathon, but this is a day that we could not ask for better weather. Bill's moving over here, cheering on these people right now. How are y'all feeling right now? Fabulous. Yes, we love that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We love to see it. This has been a great overall turnout, overall weather too. Not a cloud in the sky too. So this has been great. Everybody wave to the camera. Oh my gosh, look, we got a fish lady over here. Look at this. That was awesome. All right. We got a lot of costumes, speaking of the bananas and the toga guy earlier and this lady in the fish costume. But you're seeing all kinds of characters here. But if we see any more, we'll be sure to let you guys know. But we're going to toss it back to you two.
All right, Stan, thank you so very much. And again, we're watching your leader for you right now, Zach Ostrander, the 19-year-old, as he's making his way along the riverfront here in Knoxville. He is almost here. Christy, I want to ask you something. There's a lot of people coming down here.
They are
crossing,
running down here.
But half marathoners.
Yes.
How do we make sure he has some room to run? Because obviously he is our leader. He's going, I don't want to say it. I don't want to jinx anything. He's going to win the marathon.
So he actually is going to come through. We have actually a great shot from our stage of where he will come through. So he's going to come through the blue tunnel. If
He'll
I
come in
remember
right
correctly,
underneath the sun sphere.
He's going to come in right underneath the sun sphere. So they come up from the Greenway. They'll come up Second Creek, and then it's going to cut through the park here, and he'll go straight. So really, when he comes into the chute, the volunteers will be letting folks know, and anybody who's coming in as a runner people will let them know. So the volunteers and the spectators who are right there in the finish line chute, they will let other runners know when he gets to us.
And we had a great shot just a moment ago there, looking down on top of the area. There it is again.
There it is.
And you can see the flags
clearly
where they kind of cleared everything off there. Right.
Yeah, so we blocked that side off, and then he'll come in, and there'll be a little bit of emerging. And there's always that situation when your full marathoner is finishing, because you've got so many half marathoners finishing. It becomes a little bit of a get the tape, especially for anyone who's holding the tape, get it out there. and have him run through it without tackling anybody else. So it has been, we've had some times over the years where it kind of got tricky, but the crowd will let these other runners know when he's coming through.
Okay, because you don't want his time to be affected, obviously.
Exactly, yes. You don't want him to have to dodge through people. And so, and runners are very good about moving over for other runners.
Yeah.
So the half marathoners, if they know he's coming through behind them, they're going to move to the side so that he can have his moment.
Well, right now, he's all by his lonesome outside of a camera crew and the motorcycle behind him there.
And that's a great section that he's on. It's nice and flat. It comes from up past Calhoun's, up the Greenway. He's almost to the boathouse. And then past the boathouse is where he will take that turn and then come up Second Creek to us.
And you're looking at Blaine Metcalf right there, of Powell coming in second.
And there's our women's leader. Julia Ray, obviously it's a little bit warmer out there. Maybe conserving a little bit too for that final push.
I would think so. Again, where we're talking about it heating up, it seems as though just now there's not as much shade, so they've come off the Third Creek Greenway area. The first half of the race has got a lot more shade than the second half of the race. So getting into the full, coming down, we've seen with Zach, there's very little shade for him coming back towards us. He's going to come up a little bit of an incline here. It starts an incline coming up Second Creek before he gets to the park. So that's that last little push for him. But yes, once they get to the second half of the course, a lot less shade. And then what we're seeing is those temperatures are starting to rise. And we'll keep an eye on that. That'll be a thing for the race directors, for EMTs, for Jason, for KPD and everything to keep an eye. We talked earlier about the flag system. Do we stay at a green, or at some point do we go to a yellow because of the heat?
True.
We'll see that as the day goes on.
He just passed mile 26, so it's
almost
finish time.
As we're watching Zach get closer, you mentioned your husband. What will he do once these guys, because I think you alluded to this last year, and I thought it was very interesting. Once they cross the finish line, he will go, Jason will go and we'll talk with them once they get a chance to catch their breath to ask them about the course and about conditions out there.
He will usually ask about the course and conditions. How was it? How did everything feel? Was everything marked correctly like it should have been? Because, that immediate, you've been thinking about something, so that's a great time to ask the question and find out.
Fresh on their minds.
And, he always has some kind word. He loves that part, being able to hand them the medal, congratulate them, thank them for coming, thank them for being here. Good job. And again, today for this guy, it's been all by himself, and that is a huge mental load to carry for 26.2 miles.
Yeah, he's in the park.
He is in the park, so he should
throw
be
from us right now.
We should see he's going to come around the corner and then head towards where the Sun Sphere is, and then he should come straight through this tunnel, and we will see him shortly. And he looks great. I've talked a lot about the way that they look. His shoulders are still relaxed; they're not up around his ears. His form still looks good.
Right now,
he's had a great day here.
He has never broken stride.
No, he really hasn't. He's looked great, but right now hit the 2:39 mark. Not going to be a record for the Knoxville Marathon, but you mentioned the Boston.
Right.
Still well underneath that time, yeah.
2:55 is what he would need to qualify for Boston.
He's having a great day today.
Oh, he just pulled up the headphones.
He knows. It's almost time.
We want to know, Tirsa, when he gets there. We want to know.
Oh, she's ready to go.
That's right. Now he's coming in. There's the Sun Sphere, the base of the Sun Sphere.
There we can hear. See, I said
Crowd's
you'll know the crowd.
nuts.
There's the motorcycle.
Oh, he's coming in. There he goes. There he is. He can feel it. He sees the tape.
Yes.
Good for him. What a great day.
Right around
What a
240.
great finish.
Oh, look at this.
I love it. Oh, I love it.
You could tell he's thanking a higher power right there. You'd love to see that. Oh.
Checking that watch. Zach Ostrander, congratulations.
That's fantastic.
Well run.
And you love to see that because he led for so long. You don't want someone to pass him towards the end and him come in second. So glad for him, proud for him. He looks great. He's smiling. And Tirsa's going to ask him what he was listening to.
Yes, let's go ahead and check in. Tirsa, take it away.
Okay, guys, I'm here with Zach. Congratulations. How are you feeling in this moment?
I'm feeling really good. God's given me strength beyond comprehension, genuinely. hit like mile 17. Had to poop really bad, so I freaking pooped my freaking pants.
Oh no!
Yeah, like 4 or 5 times actually.
Okay, well.
David Goggins mentality type deal.
Okay, listen, you got to give it your all. That's what we hear. What are you listening to? What keeps you motivated?
White girl pop for sure for the first half. And then
Katy Perry kind of stuff?
Oh, heck yeah, Katy Perry's the GOAT. All right, and then I roll into like some Bryan Adams rock, and then I finish it off with some worship. Last grinding miles, mile 23 and up, worship music.
Real quick, you 19 years old. Yeah. My goodness, what an inspiration.
Yeah, that's the goal. I decided that God didn't want me to go to college, so now I'm just trying to stay fit, stay hybrid, and glorify God in everything I do.
I think you're doing that. Thank you and congratulations. Go catch your breath, okay?
He's 19.
He's 19.
He's 19.
But just ran a great race, right? Nothing's going to slow him down.
For just a minute, it felt like I was at home having a conversation inside my house.
Oh, my goodness. Congratulations once again, Zach
That was
Ostrander.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. Congratulations to him.
I will never forget that interview.
No, that is fantastic. Of course, we're going to take a quick break. We've got more runners coming in. We're still keeping a close watch on the women's marathon. There is your leader. Stay
Julia
with us.
Ray.
Yep, more of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon in just a moment.
Website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
Welcome back, everybody. We are closing in on the finish line for some other folks in the Knoxville Marathon. You're looking at a new leader for the women. This is Molly Holmes
Out of
from Seattle.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out when she overtook Julia Ray.
So
and wow, she
this would be the
looks
third.
I mean, she looks really strong and really good here.
Third lead change that we have seen. I should say fourth. We've had 4 leaders.
4 lead changes.
So the women's race. The men's, it wasn't even close. But the women has really packed a lot of drama.
Yes, a lot more than what we've seen in years.
Yeah,
There's
really
been
has.
a lot of people to keep up with, and Molly looks like it was maybe conserving on the front half or the
Because
first several miles.
this is the first time we've
This is
seen
the first
her.
time we've seen her, but she absolutely right now looks like she's in a sprint.
You're looking at that overhead shot at World's Fair Park. Behind us, this has turned into quite a party atmosphere and just beautiful here.
So here's another shot. You saw Julia Ray, who has been battling
There
as
she
well
is.
out there on the course. So we're going to keep a watch because the way this has gone for the women, 1 minute you've got one leader, and then about 5 minutes later they've been reeled in
switched out.
and
Yeah.
someone has switched out. Right. So again, giving you that look, this is the finish line, or right before the finish. The half marathoners on the left side of your screen. The marathoners will be coming in on that right side where you see the orange flags. And that's where we saw Zach Ostrander just a few moments ago come in to win for the men. So here comes another marathoner coming in right now, and then they'll all kind of come together down that final straightaway, which is just off to our left here.
And ladies have a little bit of an advantage. We talked a lot about Zach running by himself for so long. And we've seen some of the ladies that have been by themselves at times, but generally they've got more runners around them. They're going to run into men that are coming through. So
We have
a little bit of an advantage there on the course of being able to have somebody to run with.
We just saw Blaine Metcalf of Powell coming in for number 2 spot for the men.
So congratulations to
is.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
great run. Kind of sporting those Powell colors, but great run for him. Good finish.
Yeah, another good day.
Immediately greeted though by the volunteers, by the crew there. Get the blanket on them. You obviously get some hydration in them here pretty soon.
All the things you
Just
do.
keep
Let's-
moving.
Let's talk
Yes,
about
keep
what
it
you
moving.
do right after the race. What's critical?
It's the hydration is critical. You see them putting that Mylar blankets on them. That's going to help with body heat. So it gets warmer. You think, is that really necessary? But again, we're just now starting to get sun here
Right.
at World's Fair Park and on this side of the building. So it's still a little bit cool when they come through here. So you want to make
You've
sure
been
that their body
sweating and,
temperature is still steady. We want to make sure that they're, are there any signs of distress? So that's a lot of what our finish line volunteers and the medical folks are doing. Is there any sign of distress? Do they look like they're disoriented? Are they staggering? Do we need to get them before they hit the ground? That kind of thing.
And as you have crews here that are
Yes.
trained and ready for that, because you've got some first time runners, maybe not used to these types of conditions. You've got the experienced runners as well, but at some point someone's going to need some assistance. It's all right here in the park.
Yes, so there's ambulances on site, Covenant Health is on site, there's other folks who are inside doing stretching and helping with those types of things. And again, everyone here is all looking for any kind of sign of distress. They're happy, they're handing out the Mylar blankets and the medals, but also there's a little bit of just, if there's conversations. You want to be able to make sure that somebody can have a conversation with you, even if it's just one
So
word.
cues to look for.
Some cues to look for.
No confusion or,
Yes, there was a lady who, she and her husband ran here for several years. He won the marathon a couple times. I think she won the marathon a couple times. And when she was running, he would ask to meet her at the finish line. And we're like, oh, that's fantastic. And we're like, we love that you want to be there when she finishes. And he said, well, she tends to black out the last 0.1 of the race.
Wow.
And she
Goodness.
doesn't. So I like to be there to make sure that she's okay. Like, all right, well, that's one of those things that as a race official at the time, I was hoping he would have kept that to himself.
Yeah, that could be worrisome.
But knowing that we would have medical on site and ready to go, like in the chute when she would finish, but he liked to be there because she wouldn't remember the last 0.1 of her race. I said, okay.
Yeah. Well, Bella, you were ready. You were expecting it, right?
We were
Just
ready
in
and
case.
expecting
Just in
it.
case. But again, congratulations to all these runners. There's some people got a little bit of a kick, as you'll see.
Yes,
They want to finish
look at
strong. So again, a great accomplishment. Beautiful day here. Behind
Couldn't
us
be
here,
better.
just amazing how World's Fair Park is filled up with the runners, the supporters, You got the bands playing. They've got the cool down areas for you, but really just a celebration area here, if you will. Everybody walking around comparing stories, which is great to see.
That's the best part when you're done and you had something to drink and you got your wits about you, is to tell the stories of, man, that hill was terrible, or I did this here,
right?
And everybody's got different war stories from the day, and so that's really fun to be able to compare, because again, you all ran the same course,
right?
Yes. And then you can compare notes when it's over about how it went really well here and how it didn't go well here.
I don't know that anybody can beat Zach.
I don't know.
The story of his race.
We are going to be able to live that over and over for years to come.
Teresa definitely will. That is for sure. But yeah, what just a great scene down here. And again, this is what it's all about. It really shows how this city has embraced this race over the years. This event, it continues to grow. You had was this some of the? I want to say this is the biggest numbers since pre-pandemic.
Yes. We always look at things pre and post pandemic.
And this is these are our biggest numbers from pre-pandemic years.
We're talking 5K half full.
Everything
right?
is up. Yeah. We had almost 1,100 runners in the full marathon. That's that's a very big jump.
Yeah.
And again, we talked about people are getting back into fitness, into running. This is a great way to meet people, to make friends, and then to be healthy and to get out and see your own city. So folks who are from here have been running these streets and running these greenways for weeks preparing.
Right.
Such a great way to do it.
Well, and there have been runners who've been here. We've seen the same ones year after year after year. And I was talking with Jason earlier, and some have kind of aged out a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so it's time for these new runners to come in.
And we love seeing that, because for years, when I was in charge of the track club as the executive director, it was the same people over and over winning our series and the multiple races that we did every year. And so now seeing some new faces and some younger faces is just it's exciting.
We're following Molly Holmes from Seattle. She is the women's leader in the marathon.
And coming into the park.
So happy to be back in the shade. As you were mentioning, the second half of this course is right out in the sunshine, so she's getting a little bit of a break as she's making that climb now, not too far from the UT campus, but getting ready to come into World's Fair Park here shortly. We'll cross over that bridge ahead of her, and we'll start making her way here toward the Sun Sphere. When you see the Sun Sphere, that's how you know she is really close.
She's so close, and it's still mind-boggling to me to realize that we didn't see her at all until a few minutes ago.
Coming across the bridge, we were, the last thing that we saw was on Sevier Avenue or Island Home Boulevard, and then Julia was in the lead. So she has had a great second half of this race, and it could be strategy. It'll be interesting to talk to her after the race and see, what her thought was and what her race plan had been. If she's training for something else potentially, she may have been very conservative for the first half and then planned the second half as a workout of sorts.
Right. And there's Julia Ray, currently right now sitting second.
Avenue. Yeah.
Julia out of Knoxville. Still a fantastic day. She was out in front twice for us today, but now we're going to head back to the leader. I don't think she's going to catch Molly though this time around. Molly is almost to the finish line. Yeah.
We should, based on what we're seeing on the screens, we should see Molly come through the tunnel anytime now. So this is very exciting and good for her.
Just going to focus on that cyclist in front of her.
Yes.
Help that cyclist lead her in.
Great form.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She looks great. So it could be that she just went very conservative on the first half and decided to do a pickup for the second half or for the last 10K. Folks who train at this level do all kinds of crazy workouts and build into their runs and their races.
This is great to watch. Again, she is definitely starting to really pull away. She's got a great lead coming in. What now? What, around 2:54?
There's
is
the
what
Sun
we're seeing.
Sphere.
There's the Sun Sphere.
So I can hear people starting to yell.
All right, folks, get ready.
Trying to pass underneath the viaduct there. At some point she's going to have to see it, so hopefully we'll see a smile out of her face.
Yes.
Out of her ear. So.
She is so
focused. Yeah.
Very focused. But that's it. She's into the finish line.
Here she comes.
cheering her on. There's the tape.
And you love that.
There's the smile.
There we go. Yes.
Excellent.
Molly Holmes.
Congratulations.
26 winner. Congratulations to her.
So right around that 255 mark. Trying to catch her breath there for a moment. Hopefully we'll hear from her here in just a second.
Once again, she's from Seattle.
Love to see the smile. Love to see that. And she looks good here at the finish line as well.
She's catching her breath. Take your time. Congratulations. I would ask you how you're feeling, but how are you feeling?
Now I feel good. Now that it's over.
So let's talk about your strategy, because we were watching and you didn't stay in the lead the entire time. You were like the silent thunder at the end.
Yeah, I wanted to take out the first half conservative, and then if I felt good after the half, start racing.
What was this course like for you? I mean, Knoxville is so hilly.
Hard. Definitely the Sequoia Hills get you.
I got you.
But sometimes it's nice to your focus on how hard a hill is and not the fact that you have 26 miles. So sometimes it's a nice distraction.
Now, have you done many marathons?
This is my 10th.
So just a few.
Just a few, casual.
This is so awesome. Congratulations to you. What did you do to stay motivated the entire time? Because are you listening to music?
I did have music, and then when I dumped water, it got in my headphone jacks. My phone stopped working, but I think it was a blessing. I work for UT, and so a bunch of the athletes I work with were along the course cheering me on, so that definitely helped me keep going.
Well, you are going to be the woman at work on Monday morning, so walk in there. Let me take a day off.
I was like, if I can walk.
All right, thank you. Go cool down. Go get your water. Congratulations. Boy, what a contest. And there is her crew.
Oh, I love it.
That is great.
I love it.
So
Fantastic.
From Seattle, but knows Knoxville, having worked at UT, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I saw your face, Christy, when she said water got into her headphone jacks and she lost music. Your shocked face. Oh no, how could this happen? That could have really had an impact if you're a runner who really depends on what you're listening to.
It is, and when you get to that kind of distance and to run at the level that she's running at, you have to be flexible too. You have to learn some flexibility on things. You've got, anything can happen over the course of 26.2 miles.
Sure.
Anything can happen over the course of 5K.
As you heard, it wasn't her first rodeo, 10 marathon.
Yeah.
So
you learn a little bit when you do these more than one time. And I think that's why people do them more than one time, because you do it and you're like, well, that was cool, but I think I could do it better. So it's a lot like, anything that you do that you love, well, what if I did it a little better? What if I did it this way? Or what if I did it this way? And then you learn in all those times that you have to be flexible, and sometimes packet pickup doesn't go like you want it to, or things are more crowded than you want them to be, or sometimes you show up and it's raining sideways. So there's a lot that you just have to be able to roll. Like, you have a plan, but then you have to have a plan B, C, D, E, F,
and you
all
nailed
down
it
the line.
on her strategy.
Yeah.
That's definitely what she did.
Kind of hung
Went
back for a little bit.
conservative on the first part of it.
And then race the second half of it.
I love it.
Yeah,
Hey,
what a
stay
great
with
day.
us. We've got much more here of the 2026 Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. We are live from World's Fair Park. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back to the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. A lot of finishers right now crossing that all-important line here at World's Fair Park. A lot of those half marathoners with the white bib, the black bibs, those are the full marathoners, and congratulations to everybody today.
Lots of smiles and that sigh of relief when they make it over the finish line. It's really a lot of fun to watch, and even more people are crowding World's Fair Park. Look at that. It's
great.
just a beautiful day. We couldn't ask for better. Let's send things over to Don Dare. Don has interviewed some very interesting people today. Don, who do you have for us now?
Well, Lori, right now we're on Hill Avenue at mile marker 19, and perhaps this is one of the more important parts of the race for the runners because it's very hot. This is a water station, and you can see the runners off in the distance, and they're going to be grabbing some water and some lemonade in just a moment. And I have with me one of the volunteers, and it's Esther. Esther, what's the secret of handing off the water?
You got to move with them.
Move with them.
If you don't move with them, it'll splash. You got this. Let's go.
And fortunately, you're a nurse. How do they look?
They look great. Nobody's looked like they're going to pass out so far, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, no, you are. And
they're doing awesome.
There's
they're all
lemonade
doing
as
awesome.
well. There's Gatorade as well as water.
Gatorade and water, yep. Gatorade if you need it, sir. You're doing fantastic. You're doing it. Let's go.
And we have seen a lot of runners who are.
You're doing fantastic.
We've seen a lot of runners who seem to be in desperate need of water.
Yes, absolutely. It's important to hydrate as you go through the race. If you don't, you could literally pass out. So they're doing everything they need to, doing everything right. Gatorade if you need it.
It's very warm, too.
Very warm. Gatorade if you need it. You got this.
And so Esther's going to go get some more Gatorade and look at these runners here carrying a flag, grabbing that water as quickly as they can because they still have 7 more miles to go. Lori and Bo, back to you.
All right, Don, thank you so much. Boy, just an important job. We were talking about it earlier with you, those water stations, and such a demand for people that want to take part in that, and that's what they want to do. But
there's a wait list.
Yeah.
There are 16 total of those stations, and they like to have themes at their stops.
Right.
I mean, they go all out, and it really is a lot of fun and an important, obviously, part of the race.
Hey, we're going to take another break. We'll be right back as we continue to watch all the festivities and the finishers at the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon.
training website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
I can do that.
I don't know if we've seen any of these.
All right, welcome back to the coverage of the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon. You're looking at folks running across the pedestrian Gay Street Bridge.
Yes, and we just saw someone run across with the green bib. I want to touch on that again. That's the relay. We haven't talked a lot about that, but what is it, a 4-person relay?
4-person relay, and this year is slightly different because of the change to the courses. So the last leg ends up being only, I think, about 4.7 miles is what I had written down. The third leg extended out to 8 miles this year. So a little different on, because of the second half changes. So a little difference in what they're actually running. But
so a 6.8, a 6.0, 8, and then a 5.4. To wrap that up. So pretty impressive. And they have a little band, right? Is that what they exchange? It's not a baton or something like that. It's
here's your thing. That has nothing to do with their timing. Their bibs still have the timing.
A little ceremonial thing.
So that you know what you're doing. But it's not funny, but you see, we were watching the monitors and the guy in the green bib was passing somebody else. So if you're a marathoner, you think, oh, somebody's passing me. And then you realize that it's somebody on fresh legs. So
right.
You don't feel quite as bad.
Right.
And then you see somebody right there with their green bib on, part of a relay, and they'll try to catch up here and meet the rest of their team at the finish line.
Yes, that's what's so great. They come and they hang out and they will finish together across the line. So they wait on their relay friends and they all cross together.
Cool. Yeah.
Fun times. Hey, speaking of fun times, WATE has been a fun water stop. There's a band, and of course our own Elena Verdine. Elena, how are things going over there?
So fantastic. Thank you so much. Kayla is jamming right now, and we are live. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear it, but the song that is being played right now is It's Getting Hot in Here. Take off all the clothes, which is what we have seen some of these runners doing. And, I actually wanted to tell you about I even want to call this a magical moment. If you have been with us for the last few hours, you might have heard Stan mention the runner who was wearing a toga and was wearing absolutely no shoes. So I want to tell you, the moment that man made his way down North Broadway here, this band was playing Rocky Top. It was just beautiful. I was watching this man run by in his toga without shoes. Everyone has just been feeling fantastic, especially when you have songs like Rocky Top playing. But we've been basically calling ourselves not only a water station, but this is the vibe check station. Mile 15, you're over halfway, but 11 miles is still a long ways to go. So we've been cheering them on. These runners still in great spirits. We are seeing fewer coming through, but we are still seeing some people working so hard as they round this corner here from North Broadway, making their way back through the historic North Broadway neighborhoods here in Old North Knoxville. It has just been a beautiful day. Our folks at the water station have been working hard, getting everything cleaned up and in perfect position for these runners to take the water if they so choose. You see this woman taking it here. Many people are drinking it, taking a nice walk to the trash cans, getting a good stretch in as they complete this stretch of the race. So we are so excited to see these people still coming through here. It has been an honor to watch everyone make their way through mile 15 here. Such an accomplishment, something I can say I've personally never done before. But again, we are starting to see the ends of people. Oh, take a look over here. We have our wonderful band. They're dancing, but now they're going to get camera shy. Look at this energy. They have been keeping people motivated. It looks like we have one of our runners here enjoying a snack. We've seen people eating everything from Uncrustables to bananas. Look at this. Our wonderful band. This is the Zach Saltz band taking in just a bit of mile marker 15. They have been helping us here. Real quick. How are we feeling today? Are you feeling great?
Tired, killed. I'm about ready to lay down and just die right now.
Yeah.
And I had to ride in the back seat the whole time, so.
All right, you heard it here. Our runners are feeling fantastic. Way to go, guys. We are keeping the fun going. The vibes are going here at the northmost portion of our race. But for now, we'll send it back to you all for all that excitement there at the finish line.
Oh, thank you, Elena. I told you we have fun at WATE.
Yeah, we do. That is a good time. Glad to have them there performing and running as well.
Yes.
Let's check in with Tirsa Smith. She's over near the finish line right now. Tirsa. All right, we'll check back with Tirsa here in a moment. You're talking about the fun over at Greystone.
Yes.
The fun continues behind us here as well.
Look at all these people back here.
It's just a beautiful day, too, to hang out on the lawn here. Like I said, compare stories.
Compare stories. Stretch, compare stories.
Yeah.
I
See how you did.
I hear we have Tirsa back.
All right, let's just check back in with Tirsa. Tirsa, what do you have for us?
Okay, sorry about that little audio issue, but we're back. But what I was saying was, what do you do after you run a marathon, a half marathon, a relay? You relax and you recover. I'm here with my new friend Tim, and boy, he is laid out. Tim Richardson from Maryville. Tell us, what race did you participate in?
I did the medley or the relay race for the 26.1, so I took a segment of that.
Okay, so what's up with the recovery right now?
Oh man, it feels so great. I pushed myself at the very end. I've never done this before. Legs are tight, and it feels awesome.
Okay, so I feel like at some point I should ask about the wig, right?
Yes, you should.
What's going on here?
Well, so I wore this. A friend of mine from Tallahassee used to dress up and do marathons, and he was such a carded character. So the first time I ever did this, people cheered me on like crazy, and I thought, this is my new thing. So I do it with the Budweiser shirt. I do it with the mullet wig. Sometimes I got Billy Bob teeth, and it makes me run faster because people cheer me on, and that's so important.
I love that. And we're new friends now because I found out he went to FSU and I went to FAMU in Tallahassee. So yeah, had I known, I would have cheered you on personally at the line there. But no, this is awesome. This is like one of the recovery areas, Sessions Wellness Center. They've got this set up where everybody, don't take me out now, Sessions, I'm going to need recovery if this falls on me. But no, but listen, how does this feel? What is it doing on your legs?
So it's compressing my legs. It's really, the air is blowing up really tight and compressing the legs. And I've never done this before. Again, it feels amazing.
I bet it does after you run. Very, very cool. Real quick, Brian, thank you so much. Great meeting you. Take a look around and you can see everybody just meeting up with friends, congratulating folks for running the different legs of these races, and a lot of hugs. I think, we always interview the winners, and it's so exciting to see who comes in number one for all the races. But honestly, just crossing the finish line, it is huge. It is huge. So as you see all of these people, they're all winners in their own respect because they reached their personal goals. So if you have a little time, come out here and just see all of the smiles on everybody's faces. It's good stuff. It's good stuff, guys.
Oh, Tirsa, thank you so much. Yeah, it is. And we've talked about this, just surrounding yourself with other like-minded people, part of a healthy community. There's something really powerful about that.
It really is, and this is so supportive. There's a competitive edge, but at the end of the day, you see so many people hugging and high-fiving and congratulating each other. At the end of the day, it's a community, and it's very close-knit, and it makes me so happy.
Well, like Tirsa said, everyone's a winner in their own way today.
Absolutely.
That is for sure.
I still want to see the Billy Bob teeth.
Yeah, that would be great. Maybe next year he'll wear those for us. All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.
for your chance to win today. Good luck.
Welcome back to the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon on what has been shaping up to be a beautiful day in downtown Knoxville.
And our crews have been all over the place helping us cover this amazing race. Let's check back in with one of our team members who's really been almost everywhere.
That's right.
Stan Smith, where are you now?
That's right. I have been everywhere. This time I'm on Sevier Avenue. I want you guys to focus in on this junior man right here. He's handing out popsicles to all the runners out here. Let's see if one of them takes one. Here we go, right here. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe the next one. There we go. There we go. There we go. This, on a hot day like today, the popsicles are certainly going to hit the spot over here. Another thing we want to keep you up to date on is our very own Amber Lynn from Living East Tennessee. She's going to be running by here relatively soon. We just drove by her on her way through James White Parkway down to Sevier Avenue. I imagine this place is going to be very popular later with all the bars around here. After you got to rehydrate after the race at some point, celebrate a big accomplishment that you have. But they're really loading up on the popsicles down here. I can't stress that enough because it is such a hot day outside. I might need to take him up on this offer right after I toss back to you guys. But again, this has just been a beautiful turnout. Beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for anything better than that. Want to give a quick shout out to our photog Bill and our intern Aiden, kind of driving us around a little bit everywhere in and around Knoxville today. It's been a great team effort for them. Can't go without recognizing them for sure. But I'll send it back to you three.
Hey, have them bring some popsicles.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
we'll
Those
take
look
some.
pretty good right
I
now.
love a good freezer pop after a long run.
That's right.
Nothing better.
Oh, just beautiful. And again, when you look at the park here, we talked about recovery a little bit a few moments ago, but again, a lot of these people coming through here, especially these first-timers, they're going to be feeling some pain they haven't felt, some aches and pains, I should say. So obviously, Tirsa talked to the gentleman with the things on his legs.
That was interesting.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of different
I bet
options
that feels
for you.
amazing.
Different options. The biggest thing, and it doesn't sound like what people want to do, but keep moving.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to sit down. Keep moving.
Yeah.
It's the best thing for you. For the sore legs, the more you move, the less sore you'll be.
All right. Remember that, everyone. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
website today and start the journey to your next finish line.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hey, we are closing in on the home stretch of our coverage.
Yeah.
We already have our winners, but we also want to talk about a really familiar name in the racing world, the winner of the women's marathon last year, Gina Rouse.
Yeah, finished in the top 3 again today. Let's
Yeah.
send it over to Tirsa Smith. She's with her now.
So listen, I'm with Gina right now, and this is so exciting because we actually did a story together last week. We talked about running families and how you were out with your girls and your husband running, and she was actually on the fence. She was like, hey, just so you know, I might not run. I don't know. I didn't really train. She came in second, you guys. She didn't really train. How do you feel?
Whew, I am fully gassed. I put it all out there today.
So what made you decide to run? Because we were talking about this, and you said you've been giving so much to running coaching at CAK.
Yeah, I just couldn't not come out with the community today and be a part of this fun day. The town came out, and the weather was great. It was a little warm, but it was so nice, and I just couldn't not be a part of it. So I just decided, why not? I hadn't had my best training cycle, but let's just go have fun and see where it lands.
Not many people can land in second without their best, training cycle.
I feel so fortunate to be able to be 46 and to be healthy and to be able to toe the line with the girls that are coming up, and just, the teammates that are out there, and my family, and it was just the community. I just feel really, really lucky and blessed to be able to be out here today.
And real quick, you talked a lot about how much it means to you to invest in the next generation of runners at school and in your family.
Yes, the next generation is what was on my mind over the second half. The race was quite a race today, honestly. There was another Masters gal out there with me the first half, and she was really pushing the pace for the first 11 or 12 miles, and she went out hard, and I was trying to know kind of my zone and where I was at and sort of working my way up to her. And then there was another young gal behind us, and she just ran such a smart race. And just as she took the lead and executed such a smart race, I was just thinking, this is really, it's the next generation. It's time for them to take it.
I love it. I love it. Real quick, get a shot here. This is her support group. Congratulations, Gina. You did phenomenal today. I'll send things back over to you all.
All right, Tirsa, thanks so much.
Thanks.
She's won this multiple times.
2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, and then 2025 won.
And second today.
Yeah.
And a half marathon win, I think, in there, too.
A half marathon win in there, too.
Yeah.
Impressive. All right, let's take a look now at our leaders today. First, I'm going to start with the half marathon for the men. And this guy was so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
So
Curtis Eckstein, great job today. Super job, trained, great finish, great effort. Also for the women today, there you see Caroline Hauser. She led the field. There she is, breasting the tape today, taking home the big win and the big smile.
Big smile. We love that because she was so focused, as all the runners are.
Speaking of which,
in the top
New
level.
favorite, Zach.
Yeah.
Zach Ostrander from Sparta played a little pop music, he said, and ended with some gospel music.
That's
at
right.
the end.
And then Molly Holmes from Seattle, but works over here with UT. She was the women's winner today for the marathon.
Thank you so much for being with us. What a great day for a race.